We just found Dick over here at Mispa, sunning himself on a beautiful October 1st, 2007, about 60 degrees in Belvatis. Dick, what building is this here?
This is the building where everybody meets.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, everybody meets here at Mispa.
C'est pas beau, ça, ici, hein?
C'est beau, hein, ouais. Ici, tout le monde se rencontre ici. C'est 100 places qui peuvent manger, qui peuvent recueillir, qui peuvent s'asseoir. You can stay here and just relax all day.
Yeah.
Especially a beautiful day like today.
Yeah. I'll just look around a little bit, là. Beautiful sunny day. C'est vrai que it's a peaceful place. Three miles from US 1 in Grand Isle is this place here. Now we're inside this beautiful building. If people come here, they bring their own lunch, huh?
They can bring their own lunch, yeah.
There's
we don't serve no lunch.
No.
They bring their own lunch and they bring back whatever they bring in, they take back home. Garbage and all. We don't have no garbage on the property because there's animals here. And we want to make sure.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So,
so it's a place to come and meditate and
relax.
Relax
yeah.
and just meet with friends.
Just meet with friends. That's all they can do right here.
And this is open all the time.
It's open 365 days a week. There's no a year. There's nothing locked here.
Even in the winter, huh?
Even in the winter. In the winter, the guys with skidoos. There's the skidoo trails right there.
Well, I've been here many times, snowmobile.
And no, we don't lock anything. We don't intend to lock any building.
Even this place here is not locked in the winter.
Nothing's locked.
Is that right?
We want to make sure people can come in and just relax, and it's a place like their house. You can. It's all free. We don't want to charge. We want them to use it like it'd be their own.
Huh.
Because Mispa's been started 17 years ago, and it's been in operation for 8 years. And this is what. This is the dream that I had made. And the promise I had made at the age of 22 years old when they gave me 3 months to live with Hodgkin disease, cancer of the blood, in the Edmonton Hospital.
Now let's go back to the very beginning, though, to try to understand the whole story. Now the Corbins are from where?
Grand-Île.
So yeah. Tes parents puis tout ça, là?
Yeah, my parents, Dona Corbin, Jeanette Corbin, and my dad at the age of 47, he got cut in half and then Madawaska. So I had to quit school to help support the family.
Comment c'est qui est arrivé?
The railroad cars ran over him, cut him in half.
He was not a railroad worker.
He was a railroad worker.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
In back of the Fraser Mill, they were on May 2nd, 1962. They were loading some potato cows in back of Roland's Rendezvous, and they were back in a windy day, and the car started rolling down, and all of a sudden, when he saw the train coming, he crossed over the track, and the cars behind hit him, threw him on a rack, and they cut him right in half. He was 47 years old.
Holy Jesus.
So I quit school to help support. We were 6 in the family.
Now, how old were you then?
I was only 16.
16. So that makes you what now? About 60 years old now?
I'm 63. I'll be 63 in November.
Okay.
So what happened, I had to quit school to help Mom support the family. And at my older brother, had died 7 years before that. A car ran over him.
Ben, voyons.
And he crushed him, and at 6 o'clock at night, he passed away. Then my sister came along, Hilda, and after that is me. So we're all 2 years apart. But I had to quit school, and I was in the 7th grade when I quit school, so I never made high school.
Really?
Yeah. And when I was doing that, then I went to Ashland, and we built Pinkham's Mill.
You were working for who?
I was working for Philippe Tardy. Philippe Tardy was a mason man.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Puis on logeait une moulin à temps Pinkham. We built in 62 when Kennedy died. I was there in Ashland.
63.
In 63, right?
when he died, yeah.
My dad died in 62. In 63, when he died, I was there at the mill. And
You were there when Kennedy got shot?
Yeah.
You heard it?
We heard
At
it
the
right
mill.
there. We had a radio on the tractor, and that's where we heard it.
Oh, the voice, huh?
I used to leave Sunday night till Monday around 3 o'clock in the morning and come back on Friday. And I'd come home and I'd give Mom the check because she needed the money because we were three in the family. My friends were telling me that I was crazy, but those days I didn't have a choice. I had to help her out. And she was feeding the rest of the family. All the others went to college, went to graduation. They graduated from high school.
So you were the oldest at that time,
I
at that
was the
point?
oldest of the boys.
Oh, you had a sister older than you?
I had a sister older, and my first brother that got killed, Donald,
Yeah.
and he was older, but he was dead.
So how old was he when he got killed?
4.5.
Oh, he was just a little boy.
Just a little boy
Oh,
when he passed away.
a car
A
ran
car
over.
ran over him, and in Lille, in front of the church, that's why he passed away at 6 o'clock at night.
In Lille,
In Lille, yeah.
in front of the church, and the church
front of
was
the church,
was operational then.
Right.
They had the
He
parish.
had gone to my Aunt Eva, Beaupré, and he was there. They were riding the sled, and all of a sudden, the car came in and followed underneath the car, and he passed away.
Il n'arrive des affaires, hein?
Il arrive des accidents. Dans
In people's families, you don't realize.
we don't realize.
Here's your mother and father losing a little kid,
Yeah.
4.5 years old,
Yeah.
and then he gets cut
Then he
into,
got cut in half, 47 years old.
47 years old.
Yeah, and that's why I quit going to school. And there, at the age, that was 16, 17, 19, I got married.
Really?
Oui, pas assez vieux avec une chassée.
Ouais, mais là, t'as bien choisi, Bram.
J'ai bien choisi, oui.
Nancy?
Nancy, elle vient de la petite montagne, la fille à Joe Chassé.
Ah oui, hein?
Yeah.
Now, her brother was a chief of police
Oui, Norman was the chief of police
in
in
Madawaska.
Madawaska. Yeah,
Nancy Chassé, la petite montagne,
la
ça c'est...
petite montagne.
C'est par ici, ça, là.
C'est par ici, juste une petite montagne de l'Évertu, c'est là.
Ouais, ouais,
C'est la
ouais,
petite
ouais.
montagne des Chassés.
Concession de la Vertu, qu'ils appellent ça?
L'Évertu, ouais. La
À
petite
Saint-Agathe, on
montagne.
appelait ça la petite montagne, nous autres, comme ça.
C'est comme ça.
À l'autre bord, vers Frenchville, c'est la montagne plate.
La
puis,
montagne plate.
You know, il y avait toutes sortes de
Il y avait
noms, hein?
ça de nom dans ce temps-là. Hein? Yeah.
So you were just 19?
19, not old enough to sign my own paper. Mom had to sign, dans ce temps-là, la loi disait that you couldn't get married until 21, but she signed my paper, we got married at 19. And
C'est
then-
vrai que tu n'étais pas perdu de temps, là,
Pas
toi.
perdu de temps. Got married at 19, then at 22 years old, that's where
Holy jeez.
I was struck with cancer,
Oh, boy.
with Hodgkin's. Je pense-
Now, let's go back to Pinkham. Là. Tu travaillais pour Philippe Tardy.
Philippe Tardy avait contracté le moulin à Tom Pinkin, qui est en cours aujourd'hui, à Ashland.
Ça prenait gros de Mason, là, puis des...
Oui.
So,
Des blocs, puis c'est à moi de Mason Tender.
ouais, tu n'avais pas de Mason skills,
Ah oui,
toi.
non, je m'allais le ciment, puis j'ai eu barré de ça, puis
Ouais,
les maçons venaient, puis faisaient le
t'es comme un helper, là, toi.
J'étais un helper. Puis après qu'on finit là, on travaillait au base.
Do you know how much you were making there an hour when you were 16,
16.
trying to keep your family going?
Oui, non, dans ce temps-là, là, les gages sont pas gros dans ce temps-là. Je m'en rappelle quand j'ai commencé à ramasser des navaux sauvages, puis I see that often. I was picking the
Weeds.
weeds for Patrick, my uncle Pat Baudry dit, Monsieur Patrick Cyr, il cherche des navaux sauvages. So I call him up, and il dit, Monsieur Cyr, j'ai su que vous cherchez des ramasses de navaux sauvages. Je dis oui. J'ai dit, comment ça paye? Il dit, t'es trop intéressé de la paye. Il dit, reste chaud. Il m'a jamais engagé. Fait que ça m'a monté une leçon dans la vie. I don't ask how much they pay. I do the work, and when it's all done, if I'm not satisfied with the pay, I don't go back.
Do you remember how much they paid? Did you
Those
find
I
out?
was 50 cents an hour.
50 cents.
50 cents an hour. Yeah.
Well, I was a little kid, and I picked for 10 cents an hour.
10 cents an hour.
And not only weeds, but rocks.
Yeah.
You know, everything was done by hand. Huh?
Tout avec de la roche, on ramassait
And,
des navaux sauvages. Puis yeah, that's what we used
You
to
brought your lunch and you threw rocks in
Yeah.
a truck.
Oui.
10 cents an hour.
Oui, j'ai travaillé pour 30 cents de l'heure pour M. Pitt Michaud de Lille. Puis il m'appelait la petite gornoche. Je ramassais de la roche. Puis j'étais tout petit dans ce temps-là, puis je ramassais de la roche.
Ouais.
Yeah. And I tell you, mon lunch me coûtait plus cher aller travailler
Ouais.
que les gages que je faisais.
Although lunch was not expensive then
No.
either. You probably ate for 30, 40 cents.
C'est ça.
But you were just a little kid.
Just a kid. I was 15, 14, 15. I was 16. Yeah,
Aye.
that's where I went. Yeah.
So at Pinkham's, you don't remember the wages you were getting
Pinkerton,
from
I
the-
think we were getting $1.25 an hour.
Yeah, well,
Pinot.
okay. It's not bad.
No,
huh?
that was pretty good those days.
So you followed Philippe Tardy to the base.
Yeah. Then
And-
we went to the base. The base was kicking those days.
Yeah.
And I worked there. And after I finished working for Philippe Tardy, I went to work for Northern Trading, which was Jack Ballman.
Okay.
à l'odeur.
You mean to build the place?
Non, I was working as
Oh.
c'est moi qui faisais le gopher, c'est moi qui faisais la commission sur Ballman. I was making the errands.
Okay.
I was picking up donuts in the morning for the crew. We were 350, 400 people working there. I used to go to Rudy Dubé, that just passed away last
Yes,
week.
yes.
And the donuts were already, and Ballman's those days used to give the coffee and the donuts
To his employees.
to his employees. And that's why I started working for Mr. Ballman,
Now, Rudy, lui, where was his bakery?
right in front of Geoff Daigle, and the Monsieur
Okay.
Geoff Daigle.
So that's where Robert Jewelry about?
No, right where there's there used to be a low beat market right there. The last one that was there, there's a hairdresser right next to it. That's au côté du Petit Studio, a little building right there.
Okay.
That's where Rudy used to be.
Now, Rudy had a long career there
Oh, yeah,
as a
yeah.
bakery in Madawaska. He was
Yeah,
from Watergrass.
from all the grass, Rudy.
Frère Leonard Dubé.
C'est ça, faisait des bons donuts, Rudy too.
Yeah, I guess he was very popular.
Very popular.
So you're telling me that Volman perfume factory, which is now what, JD's or
Now
something?
it's, no, it used to be JD's, now it's Evergreen.
Evergreen, right.
Evergreen, which is Jeff Albert now.
Jeff Albert, right.
Yeah.
And you're telling me they used to employ 350 people?
Yeah, those days I was there, it was all done by hand.
Oh,
Yeah, we had two shifts. We had night shift and the day shift. that we used
isn't
to-
that something?
And yeah, I worked for him over 20 years. And when I started,
Oh, you did?
yeah, when I had my cancer, Doc McQuarrie was the company doctor there. And Mr. Ballman sent me to Prescal. I went to Prescal to get my treatments, and I come back, and he paid me all my wages when I was working. All my treatments. He was very good for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I came his right-hand man, and I was going to see his son that was in jail. 3 or 4 prisons that I went to see every month. One time with his wife and one time with him. Jack Baldwin was there, so that's what my job was. I'm making errands for them, and I used to go in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I used to stay with him until 6 o'clock at night and work all the errands. And when we went to see him, like we went to Nova Scotia to see him in jail, that was there, Spray Hill, Nova Scotia. Then he was in St. John, New Brunswick, and each month we used to go to Caribou Flying Service, and he had bought the airport there with the pilot, and we used to fly from Caribou.
Who bought the airport?
Ballman had bought the guy that ran the airport, like
Really?
John McInnes.
Really?
And we had bought he had bought the plane. I don't think the airport belonged to the city, but he had bought the plane, and this was our transportation. We flew from Caribou to Moncton, New Brunswick, then we rented a car there that we used to go see him whatever jail he was in.
Now, we're going to come back to that, but Volman, where was he from? Do you know?
His mother and father was Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, but
And
he
he-
was born in New Jersey.
Oh, he was born in New Jersey. But he used to tinker a lot and try to invent things, and finally he hit this formula for perfume.
Yeah, JD's.
Or what is it, aftershave? Or?
Aftershave and cologne, that's what he had.
Okay. And
Yeah.
well, while you worked there, did he have just one kind, or after a
No,
while?
what happened, he had contracts with Swank out of New York.
Okay.
And then they brought him all kinds of other perfume that we bought all there. And then we packed, and it came in 55-gallon drums, and then we shipped it back out. That's what we did.
So the perfume was created somewhere else
It was created somewhere else.
with his formula.
Yeah, with the
And-
first one, JD's. After that, Royal Copenhagen came around, another kind.
Royal Copenhagen, I remember that too. Now, They would come in 55-gallon
55-gallon drum.
barrel drums,
Yeah.
and you would,
Then we bottle it, then package it, and return it back in the tractor trailers, and then ship it to the market. That's what they would do,
all over the world.
all over the world. Yeah.
So you got to be real big.
Oh, yeah.
This guy made a lot of money.
Oh, yeah, this guy, yeah, yeah,
Volman.
yeah, he was a good man to work for.
Yeah.
He took me like I was his son, you know. I had lost my father early, but the guy replaced my dad. I tell you, I remember one morning that I came in, and he had this little envelope that he had. He had Canadian money on one side and American money on one side, and he's flipping over like $1 bill, $2 bills, 5 and 10, and he had the last one was a $1,000 bill. Never seen a $1,000 bill in my life, so he took it out. He says, "Here, you ever seen that?" I said, "No, I've never seen that." He says, "It's yours. You keep it."
Jeez.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I tell you, when I was sick, money wasn't coming that bad, but he kept me alive. All my food, he helped me big. I was happy to have him. I tell you.
Now, what's Volman today? What's that Evergreen? What are they doing? Same formula?
Same formula. I guess that's what they're doing. Except they're in San David, where the warehouse used to be. And that's where the shop is now, because where the plant used to be, they sold that to Lou, the young guy that is making a
Building material
building
store.
material. Yeah.
Now, how many employees today do you think?
I don't know how many employees they are employed today. But I
Must be a
remember
lot
those
less.
days, yeah, a lot less than they used to, because machinery came in.
Machinery.
Yeah.
So you used to bottle it by hand?
All by hand. Put caps all by hand. The guys used to have tapes all over the place, just tightening those caps. Yeah. Yeah. Those were the days, I tell you.
So you'd take the cologne or the
The
aftershave.
aftershave, they bottle it.
You had to put
Then
it in
we
the bottle.
Put it in the bottle, then they had to put a screw in it, a cap.
Cap.
Then once they took that up, they'd bring it to the top floor. The top floor would put a label on it,
Okay.
and then package it with a ribbon around, and we packet it and put it there. Put it in the tractor trailer and ship it back.
Oh,
Sell
they've
it.
always had.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing how much labor we had in those days,
Yeah.
maybe even before. I was watching it's called King Spruce. It's a video about lumbering in the 1940s. The guy had an axe and a little saw, and he cut trees in 4-foot length, because that's the only way they could carry it, you know. Even some of those logs were so big, take 2 men to lift a 4-foot. But everything was labor. When they put it in the river, on the lake, they had to drive it down the river. It would get caught all over the place. Hundreds and hundreds of men were employed, where today there's none, hardly.
There's not all machinery.
All machinery. A guy works, harvester,
Yeah.
and the truckers, and so this was the same thing, even in this Evergreen JD
Right.
stuff.
Right.
They need a lot less labor.
Yeah.
To
Lots
do-
of different machinery came in now.
Machinery
They
came in.
do all their capping and everything now today.
Now, you did mention that Mr. Volman had a son in jail. This was just about when you started working for
When I
him.
first started, yeah, I started working in 64, 65. Yeah.
And he had been accused and convicted of killing a girl in Edmundston.
Right. Yeah. Now he lives in Florida. Okay.
He lives in Florida.
Yeah.
So there was no doubt it was true that he had killed this girl, and
Yeah. He stayed some 20-some-odd years, I guess, in jail.
he went to jail.
Yeah.
That must have been something for Mr. Volman to go through.
Yeah, they had a hardship on that, I tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a bad kid? Was he on drugs? Was he drunk? You
I
don't
never
know.
knew him before that I met him in jail. That's why.
Oh, is that right? You
No.
never met him
No,
before
never.
jail?
Yeah. And when I first started for Jack, well, Mr. Malman, that's what happened, you know.
His name is Jack too, the
Jack
kid?
Jr., yeah.
Jack Jr.
Yeah.
So he went to jail in New Brunswick and Nova Scotia?
Well, he was part, after a while, they transferred them jail. There was minimum security down there
Oh,
in Spring Hill, Nova Scotia. That's why I saw him there. Then I saw him in St. John, then he moved to Kingston, Ontario. And that's where he came out after that.
Oh, he was still in jail in Kingston, Ontario. So it was a federal case then?
Yeah, I guess so. That's where he was the last time. But now he's in Florida now. He used to have a camp in Sinclair. He sold everything that we have here. His father's house, I bought it right next to the plant. There was a lower house right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And matter of fact, my daughter lives there today.
Is this where you had catering? No.
No. Catering, I did that wherever the banquets were. That's where we cook. If it was at Knights Columbus, that's where we.
Yeah, but I mean, you had a building there.
That's a Dr. Wong's, right in front
Oh,
of
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Now.
At Ballman's, that's the only thing. I bought it because it was done in bankruptcy, and I bid on it, and I had the house, and I fixed it for my daughter that works at the mill now. That's where she lives.
What do you mean bankruptcy? Who went bankrupt there?
That's where the company went bankrupt on the property, and that's
Oh,
where
they did?
I bought it to the state.
When was that?
That was done, I'd say probably 10, 15 years ago.
So the Volman Enterprise and all that went bankrupt?
Yeah.
Was he still around at the time?
He was in Florida. Yeah. And that's where Jeff Albert came in and bought the rest
Oh,
of
okay.
it. Yeah.
So what happened there? Do you think there was too much competition or something? You don't know?
No, I got no idea what happened there.
Just went bankrupt.
Just went bankrupt on it. Yeah.
Now, in the meantime, you're working for him,
I'm working for Jack.
and your family there is. You have a brother by the name of Robert.
My brother Roger.
Roger, that's right. He helps here.
Yeah. Roger used to work at customs. Used to be in charge of customs.
Oh
and now-
yes. I remember that.
Yeah. And he retired, and now that he's helping me out with this little project, the promise that we had made here.
So you had another brother besides that, or is that
Michael.
it?
Mike that has the Café de Place.
Oh, okay.
In Madawaska, that's my
Oh,
brother.
that's your brother too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I had Jane that had the bowling. They
Okay.
lost the bowling. Then I have Grace
Carter, sir?
Carter. Yeah.
So your sister is married to Carter.
Right.
What's his first name?
Jerry.
Jerry Carter, and the bowling, what is it, blew up or something?
Something that the roof came down on the bowling.
Roof came down,
Yeah.
so they had to.
Yeah. And then my other sister is Grace, which she's married with a Willette. So we're all around the area here.
Oh, you are all here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all around here.
So now you get married to Nancy Chasse. Do you have a children?
I got one girl, April, which she's 41, and I got Jason. Jason lives in Boston. He's an undertaker, and he has the Admiral Inn in Ogunquit.
You had what?
Admiral Inn, it's a motel,
Oh, yeah.
bed and breakfast, and last year they built another, they had 22 rooms, and they built 28 rooms in the back, brand new set of motels in the back,
In Ogunquit.
in Ogunquit. Yeah.
But what do you say? You said he lives in Boston?
Yeah, they live in Concord, Mass.
Okay.
And he works as an undertaker in Boston,
Okay.
and then they own the Admiral Inn in Ogunquit.
Okay. So il s'arrange bien.
Wait. Yeah.
So now you're at Volman's, and did you have a child before your
Yeah, I
your
had the
sick?
2 kids before I was sick.
So what happened there? How did you feel?
Yeah.
How
well,
did you know you
it
had
ju-
this
It
thing?
just happened that one morning I got up and I had a lump around my neck. And I went to see Dr. McQuarrie. Puis dans ce temps-là, il dit, c'est une bosse de vieux. Can you imagine at 22 years old, une bosse de vieux?
And bust of you.
So he gave me some medicine and cream so I could rub that on. And after that, I went to see Dr. Fournier, Reno Fournier.
Wait,
And he brought me to the Edmonton Hospital. That's where they biopsy it. And that's where they came up with Hodgkin's
Wow.
disease. And those days, I never heard of Hodgkin's disease. So I thought it was hot chicken disease. That's what I used to call it those days.
Hot chicken disease.
Yeah.
T'avais trop mangé de hot
J'avais
chicken?
trop mangé de hot chicken. And that's what happened. Yeah. So that's where, after that in Miston, that's where they transferred me to Prescott, to Dr. Halfridge in Prescott. And that's where I started my treatments. They gave me
Oh.
65 treatments of cobalt. Then that arrested the thing. Then they sent me to Portland. They split me in half. They took my spleen out. And part of my appendix was out. And they told me that I was a stage 4 with my Hodgkin's. And they gave me 3 months to live at the Edmonton Hospital.
T'étais fini.
They ils m'ont fermé back. So when I...
65 cobalt treatments.
Yeah. That was the first time.
Was that like every twice a week or something?
Down there, it used to be every once a week.
Once a week?
I go down there, they give me treatments, and they send me back home.
How did you feel with those treatments?
Oh, I come back home from Presque Isle, and I could not even make it home all the time. I used to stop in Grand Isle, and I had my pail, and I'd throw up all the time.
Oh,
Coming up, yeah,
22 years old.
22 years old. That's what they gave me right there.
Doesn't make sense.
But after that, I had the 65 treatments. One good afternoon, my wife had gone to see Dr. Fournier. I called her. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I know she wasn't feeling so hot, so I told her, what's wrong? Well, she said, Dr. Fournier wants me to go back to see him on Monday. I said, why? Well, he says, there's something wrong with you again. I said, you stay home, I'll go see Dr. Fournier. So I went to see Dr. Fournier, and I said, Doctor, I'm the guy that's got the disease. When there's something, don't bother my wife, tell me what's going on. Well, he says, they can't do nothing more for you in Presque Isle. We'll have to transfer you to Portland, Maine. That's where they sent me down there. That's where they opened me up. And after they closed me back, I went for another 70 treatments of cobalt down there.
In Portland?
In Portland. And after the 70 treatments I had down there, they put me on chemotherapy, which I was taking a series of 6 months. It took me 2.5 years to take.
Why?
Every time I go back to the hospital, they test the blood. My blood was too low. They say, go back home. We can't give you no treatments for that day. And I lost my hair twice. Now it's all back out. So that was part of that treatment that I had for my cobalt. That was in the years of 66, 68, 69. Then I had Dr. Johnson, my good friend Doc in Fort Kent. You know, he took care of me there. And one day I blew all up here, and my intestines were blocked. And he had to put me a colostomy for 6 months because I had tumors in my intestines. So I went back in the hospital for that. And after that came around, then after 6 months, they put me back normal, plugged me back like I was supposed to. And then I turned around, and the radiation they gave me ruined my hip. So I had to go see Dr. Michaud. So they put me a total hip on the left-hand side.
Hip replacement.
Hip replacement. And that lasted, I was 32 years old. And that lasted for 11 years. And I had to go back in for a second one in the same leg.
And still you're only 43.
43.
2 hip replacements.
In the same hip.
Yeah.
You know. So I got Dr. Michaud out of Caribou, that he put me. That first one was Dr. Somerville.
Oh, yeah.
Gordon Somerville out of Presque Isle.
Presque Isle, yeah.
I put that.
So you were sick all the time? That's what,
All my life, it seems that I've been fighting
how?
all along. Right now, I'm fighting with my back, with my intestines. I'm back down to Boston. Because when they gave me the radiation, I've got 3 blockage in my small intestines. So he's talking in November, they're supposed to buy a machine that comes out of Japan that will put stent in my intestines. They're putting stents for the heart today.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to put stent for my intestines. And if that's not that, they're going to put me a permanent colostomy. So that's what I need to fix. I lost 64 pounds in a year.
This year?
This year. So that's the problem I'm putting on with this.
So Dick, you've been sick since the age of 22. That's 41 years.
Yeah.
Sick all the time.
Yeah.
And you know it doesn't show because you have such a positive attitude.
Well, I got to stick around.
I mean,
have a positive attitude.
I mean, you look like a happy guy.
Yeah.
You know, joking around.
Yeah.
And I've known you about 40 years, but I remember, I think you were King Lion of the Lions Club.
Yeah.
Full of pep. Lions Club was going great, Madawaska, with your leadership.
Yeah, now it's all folded.
Yeah, there's no more. But I remember we used to visit your club. The Fort Kent Club would come down, visit Madawaska. You guys would come up to Fort Kent. Things were lively.
Yeah.
I would never have thought that you were sick. When I first heard it, I don't know when that was, I thought it was a thing of the past. You know, Dick was sick years ago, but now he's okay. But you were never okay.
Yeah, but now, 8 years ago, I had to take, they found 4 lumps in my 8 years ago. Now I got no more thyroid.
Well,
They remove all this thyroid, so I'm on, I used to be on 600 milligram a day for my thyroid to work. So that's what I'm taking now, 1 pill. So no more thyroid, no more spleen, no more total hip. Hey, what can I do? I'm still around. I still open my eyes in the morning. Yeah.
It's amazing, because I didn't think you were sick all this time, but you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Volman, when you were going to Prescal for Cobalt, you were working for him?
Yeah, I'd go in at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'd punch my clock, and when I come back at night, I go back to punch me out. He paid me all along.
Wow.
All along. Yeah.
Boy, you were lucky to have him.
Oh, I was looking for sure. Oh no, very fortunate to have Mr. Volman around, I tell you, and Mrs. Volman. Yeah. I used to be her chauffeur, her private chauffeur. Because she didn't have a license, so I drive her all over the place.
Where was she from?
From the Keegan,
Keegan.
in Sirwat Keegan.
So Volman came up here, or he was a bachelor?
She met him in New Jersey down there. She
Oh.
went to New Jersey and she met him there. Then he liked the outdoors and the fishing and all this, so that's why he moved up here. Yeah, because il a fait des lours, puis il a fait du savon, puis il a fait toutes sortes de choses.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he did, until he came up with that formula. But,
So most of these things, all of them failed before the
JDs did okay.
JDs made him a millionaire.
Yeah,
But he was trying all kinds of stuff.
all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff.
Fishing lures and
Fishing lures.
soap, you say?
Soap, ouais, il faisait du savon. Yeah, matter of fact, I still have some JD soap that he has.
Really?
Yeah. No, they were good people to work for, I tell you. And I got hired from Roland Fauché. Roland Fauché Dionne, la femme du capitaine Dionne, Roland.
She hired you?
She hired me. She was the plant manager at the Volman's. Fait que tous les petits gars de Grand-Cil, elle venait de Grand-Cil, la fille du docteur Fauché.
Oh, oui.
Ouais, and she hired all us.
I remember Dr. Fauché.
Yeah, and one day she came in and she says, Mr. Volman wants you to sit here on that chair. When he needs you, he'll know that you're there. Puis c'est ça que je faisais. Je faisais juste les commissions. Monday in the morning, I used to go pick up the mail at 9 o'clock, pick up the donuts at 7 o'clock, and that's what I used to do. Just errands, and when he needed something,
You were his right-hand
I
man.
was the right-hand man.
Yeah.
Yeah, used to bring him to La Clégarie. La Clégarie, dans la province de Québec. He used to have a camp there. And I used to chauffeur him there. That's what I used to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and her. I took care of her.
Now,
until
that's a private lake over there, huh?
Yeah, it was a private lake. Mais la belle truite, là, mon ami, puis, you know. No, he was a great guy. We were going fishing the other day, and he says, how many guys that has a boss like me that brings you fishing like you're doing and paying you? And he says, I'm the luckiest guy in this world. Yeah,
You were too.
yeah. He brought me to Florida. He brought me all over the place.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, during this time, your wife, she was having a hard time too to cope with all that.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. Oh,
A
yeah.
young man, a young marriage, 2 little kids, and you're
little kids.
really sick with
Yeah,
it.
my wife worked all alone. She worked till 54 years old. The last job she had was working at Fraser as a security officer. Then when they took the security out of the Fraser, they gave her a package because she was part of management.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you said she worked as security officer
as security officer.
at Fraser's all this
Fraser.
time.
She worked before chez Herbie Gervais. For
Oh.
Herbie Gervais, là.
Magasin,
The
là,
magasin.
where Tang Palace is.
That's right. Then she worked for Whitey at Valley Times.
Oh, okay.
Then Bill Laframboise était là. Puis dans ce temps-là, I was the chairman of the board of Madawaska Board of Selectmen. I was there 15 years. Quand j'étais selectman, puis j'avais été voir Bill Laframboise for a job for my wife, and he had to hire her.
The Framboise was what, Lily? Was he?
Mill manager.
Oh, yes, manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. And all of a sudden, when I was still mill manager for Fraser, I was still chairman of the board, they had come to see me if I knew a place to build a place for Fraser, for training center. So we found a place where Phil Cyr avait un vegetable market à Madawaska, dans le haut du Vieux-Newberry. And we rented that from the senior citizens, and we made a conference room for Fraser and all the training, and that's where that I came in to start working for Fraser. I
Oh,
worked for them for 30 some odd years, that I was catering for them. That training center plus the guest house at Fraser.
oh, yes, the guest house. Yes, I remember that. I've been there.
Yeah.
Now, you were done with Volman, or what happened there?
I was done with Walmart. Yeah, après chauffing à Walmart, là, the mistress, she decided to have another chauffeur, so I let go. I was only working, she was going to Florida for 6 months and 6 months up here. And Tom Kent was boss those days, and he says, if we need you, we'll call you back, and they never called me back, so I was done with that. I would have kept on going until she passed away, Marie.
No, Mr. Volman was dead at the time?
Yeah,
Were
il est
you-
mort jeune, puis 50 chaque année qu'il est mort.
Is that right?
Yeah, he had colon cancer. Yeah,
Colon cancer. He was only 54, you say?
58, I think, that he had when he died.
You remember what year that was?
No, I don't remember the year.
His boy was still in jail?
His boy was out of jail.
He's out of jail.
Yeah, when he passed away.
So he wasn't, when he discovered this formula for Jade East cologne, he was a young man.
Oh yeah, he must have been in his 40s.
Yeah.
He had to be. Yeah, when he first came out with that.
So you went from Volman,
I went from Walman's, I went from Philip Tardif to Walman, then I became sick, then I was involved with the town politics for 15 years. They voted me in, they voted me out, then they voted me back in and back out.
and all this time
So-
you were not working?
No, I was on disability. And then when I got Corbin Services, that's where that I hired people to work for me.
Now, when did that start?
That started, I was for catering, I'd done it for 30-some-odd years.
Wow.
Yeah, and what happened, what kept me going because of Fraser. Weddings around here for caterer, you need lots, you need people to do it, and we don't have enough popularity to do it.
Yeah.
So what I was doing, I was taking care of their Fraser guest house, taking care of all their guests coming in, and if we had a banquet on the weekends, we used to do it, weddings and that.
Which had nothing to do with Fraser.
Nothing to do with Fraser.
So their guest house, who used to live there? Was that always a guest
There
house?
used to be Alan Crabtree's father.
Okay.
He used to be the mill manager, they used to be there.
And they lived there.
And after a while, they decided to make a guest house out of it, about
Okay.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. I don't know what for. It was a beautiful place.
Yeah, beautiful place. Now they're closing it, now it's for sale.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, now they're trying
Well,
whatever, and I understand that, they gotta make, do where the money is.
Well, Fraser is changing a lot
Yeah.
since those days.
Yeah.
Huh? It's
And
not
they're
the same
making money
thing.
with the guest house, so they might as well sell it and
Yeah.
put the money where they need it more.
So you were in charge of that guest house.
Yeah, it still is. We're still operating the guest house. I still have,
Right now, you still are.
yeah, I still have 7 employees that works for me.
Well, toi.
We take care of the guest house, and we take care of the training center, which they have meetings where the senior citizens are.
Okay.
And then we do have the chauffeur. If they need to be picked up in Quebec or Presque Isle or Fredericton, I send chauffeurs to go pick them up there.
The higher up stuff.
Yeah, we got two vans that we do, and then before that, we used to bring them to the lodge fishing. And
Oh.
they sold that 2 years ago.
Where was that?
Sur la Riche de Gauche.
Fraser had a lodge.
Fraser had a lodge there. When they started selling the helicopter and the jet and the lodge, now they're up to the guest house which they're selling. Yeah, and I used to take care of all those.
Holy mackerel.
Plus, I have some girls that clean at night. These are fish, everything outside of the mill, I do clean. Then yeah, I still have contracts with them to clean some office, transportation.
Even today.
Even today.
So you started that, you said 30?
I started that at the guest house, it must be over 20 years I'm there. And at the training center, I think it's around 23 or 24 years. It was 3 or 4 years before.
So they depend on you to take care of everything
I
there.
take care of everything.
When they have
If they-
a function, you provide the food.
That's right. I provide the food, I make sure transportation was done, I make sure, like today, there's an office that has to be painted outside of the mill. I hired the guys, and I went to show them that's why I was late coming up here.
Oh.
Because I went to show him what we needed painted, he's gonna paint it tomorrow morning. Yeah,
But it's for sale.
the guest house for sale, yeah.
Yeah. Now, after you got sick enough that in Volman, ça marchait plus, là?
Oui.
Or you got laid off at Volman.
Yeah,
And your wife was working all the time.
my wife worked all the time. She came out of high school, she worked all the time.
She kept the things going.
Ouais, on met pas grand-chose dans ce temps-là, 40 piastres d'assurance par semaine, c'était pas gros.
Oh, the boys.
Yeah.
So then, that's when you started to do the catering? How did you get into
that?
that?
Catering, that's where we started to,
How did you get in there? You just...
well, my mom was a good cook.
Oh,
So we started just a little bit with the Knights of Columbus. Je faisais des banquets aux Knights of Columbus, puis là, il dit, well, I'd like to have a wedding.
now you're talking about the building that's there now.
Yeah. Non, la vieille bâtisse, je m'en rappelle, au côté du MP, là. Jusque Joe la chanson, il y avait un flower shop, là.
Oui.
That's where the Knights of Columbus used to be.
Okay, before they built the new ones on
Before they
Fox
built the
Street.
new one, Yeah. So that's where we started catering just for fun. And now after a while, somebody said, well, you want to take care of my wedding? Then the catering festival came around.
Oh, yes.
And we used to take care of the festival. Because out of 30 of them, I did 26 or 27 suppers that we did.
Now, when we had our Chasse family reunion in 1995 at the high school,
Yeah.
we were 800 people. You're the caterer.
I was the caterer.
And I remember that. You know, you'd call a table,
Right?
and you'd go in line and pick up your food and go.
Oui.
C'était bien organisé,
Oui.
ça marchait bien. Des gros crews, là.
Yeah, we'd go with the colors. The biggest one I made was 1900. The biggest-
Catering you did was
and I
what?
can't remember the family that I did it. It was over 1960 people, 1960 people.
From the Acadian Festival.
From the supper that we had, that family reunion that year. And we had done that at the multipurpose.
Oh, boy, that's big.
And we did with the color scheme, whatever, we had the colors of the flag, which was blue, yellow, white, and red.
Right.
And whatever tables that we put white, we put a serving table that was white. So we had to tell people, you have to go eat where the table is. So stay sitting down. So if they were sitting at the blue table, they had to go eat at the buffet table, which was blue.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay, so we had all kinds of colors. All of a sudden, I'm up there directing traffic, and my wife is down there, so she's telling the people when to move. Fait que je jouais avec une assiette, un monsieur qui était comblé, because they could go anytime they wanted to.
Oh,
Ça ne vaudrait pas, il peut y aller 4 fois s'il voulait. But the table right there, puis ça, l'assiette était comblée, puis il y avait un petit morceau de tarte qui s'avait mis là-dessus. Puis là, moi, je suis là-dessus, puis le morceau de tarte tombe à bord, puis le monsieur donne un coup de botte au morceau de tarte qui va en dessous de la table, puis moi, je suis sur le speaker là-bas. Puis là, je le gardais, puis je dis cochon, moi, là, tu sais. Ma femme, elle se faisait de même, dis plus rien, dis plus rien. Oui, fait que c'est ça les expériences qu'on a eues avec des lunchs.
mais ça, that was a very successful enterprise.
We did okay with that.
You made some money there.
Yeah. Moi, j'ai fait mon argent avec l'homme, avec Fraser. Je m'ai logé une maison avec Baker.
Really?
Yeah. Je m'ai logé une maison, ça fait 15 ans, ben, la même année que j'ai acheté ici. J'étais après construire au lac Baker. Quand j'ai acheté le petit camp du Jim Plout, là. J'étais après me loger un camp là-bas. Puis la fondation, puis tout. Puis on allait là l'hiver comme l'été. Parce qu'on n'avait pas le temps l'été, on était des noces. But in the winter, we used to go there.
Like Baker.
Like Baker. Yeah. So we sold that 4 years.
Oh, you did sell it?
Yeah, I sold that 4 years ago.
The same year you...
The same year I bought from Father Jim Plord.
Here.
And the reason I bought from Father Jim Plord, Martha Lavartu, my belle-sœur, called me. She says, Father Jim has to sell his camp. Here, on top of the hill.
Yeah.
So I came over, and he had a glass of water. He says, I need money for a guy for my dad. His dad had come with MS, multiple sclerosis.
From where was he?
He was living in Biddeford, Maine.
His father?
His father. And out of the 6 kids, well, Father Jim Plord was the oldest one with money as a priest because he had this camp. So I said, how much you want? Well, he says, I need 15 grand for this. So I made him a check, and I told him, hey, if you can't pay me, you pray for me. So I gave him a check. So I had this little camp up there with this for 15 grand with 13 acres of property. And he showed me that and never came back.
Is that right?
Never came back till this day, never came back on the property. But, those days I was making money and I couldn't care less. Even if I gave him 15 grand, I figured he'd pray enough for me that I'd still be living here. And that's why it first started. That's what Mispa started after that.
Well, did you buy it with that intention?
I had made a promise that if I lived, that I would build something for the sick people, because I've been going to the Edmonton Hospital, which they told me I had 3 months to live. It's been over 30 years that I go 7 days a week to see the patients there.
When did they tell you you had 3 months to live? After
I was 22 years old.
Right away?
Right away.
Right away you had 3 months to
They
live?
told me I was in fourth stage, fait mes arrangements. T'as bien que moi vie, fait des arrangements.
And every time you had a crisis, you just had a few more months to live
That's
every
right.
time.
That's
When
right.
they opened you up, and they closed you.
Quand ils m'ont fermé, là, Dr. Helfrich told me in Prescal, and nothing we can do about it. She said, hey, tell me anything, I'll believe you. No, nothing we can do here, so we got to send you to Portland. That's why they sent me to Portland.
They opened you up.
They opened me up. And, you know, it's funny, when I got there, I had an aunt that was married with my brother, with my father's brother. And she comes from Eagle Lake. And I can't remember her last name, but her first name was Barbara. And when I woke up, there was 3 beautiful girls, redheads, all in front of me at my bed in Portland. And she opens her eyes when I open it. She says, I'm your Aunt Barbara. Never knew her in my life.
Well, toi.
My uncle was divorced from her.
Oh.
And she hadn't married this other gentleman. And these guys treated me just like this guy, Jack Joyce, treated me just like he was my uncle. He brought me at his house for 6 months and I stayed there.
Oh.
Because I was taking my treatments there, my cobalt, my radiation, and I was used to live there in Portland. And they brought me in the house just like I was part of the family. And I stayed down in Portland. So there's good people in this world.
And you didn't know this was coming?
I didn't even know that was coming.
You didn't even know
I
that?
didn't know she was my aunt. All of a sudden she came up. I said, I used to be married with your Uncle Ralph. And she says, we're going to take you home.
Holy mackerel.
And I stayed there 6 months, and he never charged me a cent.
Me?
He had a freezer there, and all the TV dinners that he had, because I couldn't eat, and he'd take care of me. Yeah, matter of fact, today he's still alive, and every time I go there, I make sure I go see my good friend. My aunt's dead now, but he's still living.
Jack Joyce?
Jack Joyce, that was his name.
And those 3 redheads were his daughters?
His daughters, yeah. Yeah. But it's funny, you know, when you...
Tu pensais que t'étais au ciel, là, toi?
Moi, je pensais que j'étais au ciel. Hey, all of a sudden, you know, 3 nice girls in front of me, you know.
You just
Pensais que
woke
j'étais au
up?
ciel. Yeah. So that's what they treated me, just like I was a member of the family, you know.
So when did you start making these promises that you would do this and that if you could live longer? Right away to God, là?
Oui, mais
You're
quand j'allais
saying-
mes patients à l'hôpital, là,
How did you start to go there? For what reason? Because you
Well,
were dying yourself?
well, they told me that I had 3 months to live.
Yeah.
Ça n'a pas de bon sens,
Why?
you know. So every time I go see a patient, even today, I tell him, le bon Dieu, c'est le bon Dieu, puis le docteur, c'est le docteur. He can tell you what you want, but when you're ready, we're on the big book. When he's ready to come and get us, he'll come and get us, you know. So je les encourage un petit peu. Can you live today? If you can live today, c'est ça qui compte. Une journée à la fois.
So you started going to Edmundston every day
Every day.
to see how many people? 1, 2?
They gave me a list of all the cancer patients that's there.
Oh, cancer patients.
Yeah. So I go in to see them. If they needed a total hip, if they needed a colostomy, whatever I had, they called me Dick. On reste gars là. Peux-tu me dire, ouais?
Oh, so you were like
They needed straps. I had a hip.
and a counselor to these
Yeah.
people because you'd been through it.
Yeah. Puis là, je rentrais, puis, you know, quand je rentre d'une chambre, puis je lui ai dit, t'es chanceux, t'as le cancer. Comment ça? J'ai dit, imagine-toi, c'est là qu'ils se promènent dans la ville d'Edmundston, puis ils ont le cancer, puis ils ne savent pas. Moi, puis toi, on le sait, ils vont nous traiter, puis ils vont nous mettre back ensemble. So that's what I've been doing. Even yesterday, I went to see another, every Sunday, every day.
So while this is going on, you're working that way.
Wait,
You're working for Volman.
I'm working for Volman. After I dropped Volman, after I came into the town office, and that's where I started, because it's been 42 years that I've been around, 41 years. So I started around 20, make du bénévole. Précis le canal, la première d'études m'avait appelé pour faire du bénévole à Edmundston. Because I dit, t'es positif, t'es même tu peux aider des patients. So that's why I started with them. On fait un groupe de support. It's just like they have on this side. They've got the hospice on this side,
Oh, okay.
except the hospice goes to the houses. Nous autres, on a le patient à l'hôpital qu'on va.
So Priscilla Canal, she's a Canadian, is she?
Oui,
And she had started
she had started that group.
to try to help people,
C'est ça.
volunteers,
Volunteers,
nobody gets
yeah.
paid.
Puis après ça, j'ai un groupe I have a group, we meet once a month, a sharing group that has cancer. And we have a round of the table qu'on se rencontre tous les premiers mercredis du mois.
C'est vrai?
We meet. And
So,
we discuss.
same place all the time,
Same
or-
place à l'hôpital.
À l'hôpital.
Yeah.
Winston, cela.
In Winston. That's what we do.
So, now between the catering and Volman, you were involved in politics.
Oui.
Town of Madawaska,
Town of
selectman.
Madawaska, I was selectman there, then I belonged to 3 different committees in Augusta.
Really?
Yeah, and then I belonged to the, in Caribou, what's his name, used to work there, Don Fournier used to work there those days. He used to
Aroostook something? No?
to help the poor.
Oh, okay.
We used to have
ACAP?
ACAP.
Okay.
I used to be on the committee. Then I belonged to the Legislature Policy Committee in Augusta. So twice a month I used to go to Augusta
Holy boy.
to represent them in this area.
Really?
I used to go there.
Is that right?
Yeah. I used to go there to look at that.
Now, how was your stay on the town council? You were involved in a lot of town
Yeah,
politics.
all the town politics, yeah.
You said you were elected, and then
I
you
was
were not elected,
then
and you were elected
yeah,
back.
I went for 4 terms.
Of
3
what,
years.
4 years, 3 years?
3 years, yeah. As I was doing.
And one time they did not elect you.
Oh, il y en a 2 fois. Mais là, le premier coup, c'était bon. Dès qu'il est malade, on va le voter là. He's got
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
to do.
Ouais, il n'y a
He's
rien
sick,
fait. Il n'y a rien fait, là.
you know. And the reason that I had, because I had gone to help for some help. You know, quand c'est 40 piastres par semaine qui rentre, t'as pas grand-chose.
Ouais.
Chain Apparel was open those days, and I was looking for a little pair of shoes for my kids that were coming up. Puis I had to line up. J'ai fait du welfare, moi, tout.
Chain,
had to go to
comment
ask
tu
for
appelais
help.
ça, là? Chain apparel?
Chain Apparel, remember Chain Apparel?
Oh,
Main
yeah.
Street, Au côté du Job d'Aigle, là?
Oui. That was like a department store.
Right. And
Oh, I
we used to
remember
go there, and they used to be at the town office, they used to give us a slip.
Oh,
Go there, get some clothes. And all of a sudden, the town manager those days didn't want to help me. So I decided to run for politics.
oh.
And next time I ran for politics, I told the town manager, whoever comes to ask for help, you help them. Then you can check them out if it's legal or not legal. And that's the way I got involved in politics. Then I got involved into the Catering Festival and the Lions Club and the Chamber of Commerce. And it seemed every year that I used to grab something to
You were doing all kinds of stuff.
all kinds of stuff. I did the homecomings in Grand Isle
Really?
for the town, yeah. All
And,
the times that we started, they didn't have money, so I dipped money out of my pocket to help out to start it. But those were, I got all films, all pictures of all these. we
Is
used
that
to-
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
While this is all going on, you're sick.
Some days I'm sick. When I'm sick, I stay home. I hide myself. I hibernate.
Did you have a period where you felt good? Like a few years where you...
Yeah, oh yeah, some days I feel good.
No, but I mean a few years.
Oh,
like,
j'ai eu des années, mais it seems every year I got something coming in. There's always something that I have to fight over. Des inflammations de poumons,
your system is weak.
It's weak.
Your immune system is
My
weak,
immune
so
system, yeah.
you get all kinds of other stuff besides...
Yeah. So I'm lucky I'm still around, 63. I'll be 63 in November. You know,
Yeah.
For a guy that gave me 3 months at the age of 22, I think I'm over average here. But I told this guy up there, I got a few more to put around here. And I says, hey, so that's why I put all this into a nonprofit status on this bill, on this plate. And I got 12 board members, they'll take care of it.
So once you're gone, this is going to
Well,
keep
I
on.
want to make sure it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you said that you never got to high school.
No,
And did you ever go after?
non, never had a chance to go. Fait que j'ai de la misère à écrire, j'ai de la misère à lire, mais I think I did okay.
Oh, is that right?
Ouais.
You can't read le truc like...
Je peux lire, là, something, là, mais avec une sentence pas trop, là.
Ouais,
Mais je fais que mon éducation m'a amené lancé ce que je peux dire, quoi, c'est gentil.
ouais.
Yeah. But those days, you know, I did
Well,
I didn't have a chance to go.
there were people who did that,
Yeah.
you know, like my father went to 7th grade,
Yeah, that's why I went 7th grade.
part-time.
Part-time, that's why I went part-time too.
When he had nothing to do, he went.
Yeah, but, no.
Well, that's amazing that you did all this, huh?
No.
Without that much more education
No,
than
more
that.
education than that. I'm surprised myself that I went that far, even in Augusta. They could hear what I was saying. I had the mouth to explain what we needed up in this area.
Is that right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You spoke in front of the...
Oh, yeah, it didn't bother me at all to speak to the legislature policy committee that we used to discuss what we needed up in this area. Because, you know, a lot of people call it the other Maine, but
Right.
it's all the same Maine, as long as we could stick together.
Yeah, well, they don't really care that much. We
No.
have to remind them all the
We have to remind
time.
them where we belong. you
It's
know?
just like the, you know, the highway.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'll ever get here.
well, it's like Dickey Dam, we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
It never came around,
Yeah,
you know?
just didn't have the power.
Yeah, the power to have it up here.
They said up in the Allagash, if you have Dickey Dam, you're going to ruin the whole thing. Well, I do snowmobiling when I go up in the Allagash, and there's no way you can find the forest up there. Everything's been cut, you know.
Yeah,
So it's ruined anyway.
that's right.
So it was all politics.
Yeah, it's all politics, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But we're still lucky up here. We still don't have too much traffic that comes up here.
Yeah.
Do we really need the 95?
Yeah, well, there's some
You know?
people. Some people would rather not have it, I think.
Well, you look at it, and we got people that comes from Connecticut now. They're coming up here just to rest themselves. You know?
Yeah.
I go to Florida in the winter, and they're all on vacation, and they got peeping their horn here and throw you in the hand, and they're all retired.
Yeah,
So can you imagine that? You know,
yeah. A rat race. Even
rat race.
even after you're retired, you're still.
You're still running.
Well, I've been to Florida quite a few years. I go for a month, and I drive down there, drive back. I've noticed an increase in traffic
Oh, definitely.
on the highway. You know, the highway to go down.
Yeah.
Holy jeez.
Like on eBay, then it's Queensborough.
I think we should appreciate what we have here,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you bought this place, Dick, 15 years ago, you say?
Yeah.
Or is it
It's
15?
been 17 years. that I've
17.
been, yeah, bulldozing. And
This was your intention.
after I found the place and I bought it, I said, this is where I got a little hit in this guy. And every year I come up with a brainstorm, and with all the volunteers I get around 100, 150 volunteers that help me since I'm here.
Really?
I can't fire them, I don't pay them. She big problem, you know? But, you know, people come up here.
It's amazing how it works. Huh?
It's amazing, you know?
I noticed in the church bulletin, Fort Kent, you had something here yesterday for the youth.
Right. The youths came all around. They came from Eagle Lake. They came from Ashland. And they were about, I'd say, 25, 30. They had a picnic here, and they went all over the property. Yeah, so anybody that can, it's just like theirs. I tell them, I put it together, but now it's all ours, so let's take care of it and make sure. We got a lot of kids that come over, and I'm glad to see the kids.
Yeah, especially the kids.
Especially the kids, because they're going to be taking our place.
Yeah. You never had any problems here?
No,
No vandals, nobody comes in.
everything's unlocked.
Yeah,
On pas de clé qui bat ça, c'est tout, puis that's the way it's going to stay.
because I know we used to stop all the time, visit your little chapel there on snowmobile.
Yeah.
And you know, the people from away who were riding with us, they couldn't believe this. The door was open, this church, you could go in and do things, and nobody ever broke it or anything.
No.
Now I notice in back here, you've got a beautiful fireplace there, and you've got some des lampions, qu'ils appellent ça?
Des lampions, yeah.
And they're burning.
They're burning, yeah. People come in, they lit their own candles. Yeah. And that's what they do. They offer it here. We have some here. We have some in the old chapel. And we have them on the other. Next year, we're building a building just for candles. That's what we're going to do.
So people come here and they give whatever they want?
That's right. We got a little donation box right there. whatever they feel they don't,
And they light a candle
they light a candle.
for some favor they'd like to
Yeah.
have, or,
Or a member of the family or something, sick people that come in, everybody
Yeah.
calls them, yep, you want to open a candle for me? When I go to Mispa, I'll put it in the box.
oh, yeah.
So that's what I do. I just,
So they call and they say, light one for me, and
Yeah.
when I go there, I'll pay
Yeah.
for it. And you do that.
yeah.
Now, this is a nice fireplace. Is it, it's gas?
Yeah. Yeah, a fireplace all made with cultured rocks. It's a box that we made, and we screwed the cultured rocks in there, if you notice.
No, I didn't notice.
Yeah, and then we put concrete around it.
Is that right?
That's what we did. Gary Peacock did that for me. And what you see here is all people that brought it. This comes from Montreal.
The what, the statue?
Statue right there. That comes from Montreal.
Somebody brought it here.
Yeah, and M. Côté de Minister, they were closing a nuns
Convent?
convent, and they brought it here. Ça vient de la première église à Sénégal quand ce qui est brûlé. Rosaire Michaud.
Il avait sauvé ça.
Il avait sauvé ça dans le haut de son grenier. Ça avait resté 40 à 50 ans dans le haut de sa grenier. Puis Mme Michaud m'a appelé 3 years ago. And she says, I'd like to have it in Mispa. Ça, ça a 120 ans de vieux.
Wow. Now, that church burned in 1940, I think.
The first
church.
First church that burned.
Saint Agathe, yeah.
Yeah.
1940, in August.
And he had put that in his attic. And when she moved to au Couvent des Sœurs,
Ouais.
that's where she called me before she moved there. Et le dessus était cassé, and I had it fixed.
Ah,
Yeah. Piano comes from James Morin, puis Pat Morin, Sénégal.
OK.
Yeah.
Ouais, puis il joue bien parce que l'autre jour, il y a une femme qui jouait là.
Oh yes, we got people. I got a guy, Ranget in Midston, that works at the hospital. Every 2 or 3 Sundays he comes and plays,
Just to entertain the people. Huh?
just to entertain. Saint-Joseph qui vient de là, il vient de l'église de Keegan, puis c'était les prêtres Maurice,
Tu veux dire Sacré-Cœur, là?
Sacré-Cœur. They gave that to me
From Keegan.
from Keegan. La belle loge qui est là a été donnée par M. C, qui a sa faute quinte au Haut-Ji, il l'appelle Big Bird, Fan Nancy.
Farnassi t'a donné ça?
Fan Nancy est venu ici, puis je t'emmène à la loge, je l'ai mis là.
So everything's been...
Everything has been there. Ça, c'est le pire à Alan Crabtree. Les plaques sont écarvées quand il a pris sa pension. When he did his pensions in Fraser, they gave him that.
Oh, I see.
There's 3 there. and
There's a
2
wood
here.
cutter, and
Yeah.
I don't know what this is. This is some kind of little cabin where they stayed, and here's a...
Ouais.
Oh, yeah. Pendant la drive.
Ouais. Là, il y avait le coupage de bois,
Oui.
puis il y avait la drive,
Ouais.
puis il y avait le moulin de bois.
Ouais.
Puis après ça, ici, they made the paper.
Oh, I
And
see.
that was to those 2.
Yeah. So they gave that to him.
He gave that to him and his father, and we had a plaque made in memory of his dad,
Alan Crabtree's father.
Alan Crabtree's father.
Do you remember what his name was? He was president of...
Lui, c'est Alan Crabtree, A-U-B-R-E-Y,
Aubrey Crabtree.
Aubrey Crabtree,
He was president of Fraser.
President of Fraser.
Yeah. Now, your pond here,
Ça, c'est un miracle.
you said that it was not supposed to be a pond there, right?
When he came in, the Peltier came in, they dug a hole, and they said, you're wasting your money. And in the spring, it filled up and never emptied. There's no stream around here. It's all spring-fed. Ça vient tout des sources.
Is that right? And there's no outlet?
Outlet at the other end.
Okay.
Oui.
El Madawaska?
Oui.
This is a map of your place here. How many acres, you say?
Well, we're looking at, I have to have it measured, but right now I do have 13 acres that belongs to me. The rest is my brother-in-law that I'm over is there, and up there, Junior Dion, that owns the property. Junior told me if ever I have a non-profit status, that he would give me the property. I give him a receipt for the property. He passed away 5 years ago,
Oh,
and all of a sudden, his wife told me, do whatever June told you to do, but I never received the property. Because I have a dream up there that I'm going to do. Later on, we're going to go with a golf cart, and I want you to stick, because I'm looking at to build a building with 6 bedrooms. People that's struck with cancer, they can come up here 3 or 4 days without a charge. We're going to have people look over them, puis ils peuvent se défouler. La rage, pourquoi j'ai le cancer, puis tout en est.
OK.
Puis j'ai la plus belle vue là-bas que tu vois en montagne plate, puis tu vois en montagne plate du Canada. C'est en montagne, puis je veux leur une bâtisse qui va avoir 6 chambres à coucher. Puis là, on t'appelle s'organiser pour écrire Extreme Makeover. Tu connais-tu Extreme Makeover?
Oui, 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 oui.
On aimerait, j'ai une grande famille, moi, de 100 000 en rond, qui viennent ici. Point qu'une famille qui ont du cancer. Qu'on peut venir nous loger quelque chose au site, qu'on peut prendre soin de nos patients.
Wow.
Puis tout le monde qui vient ici, je lui dis, quand vous disiez votre chapelet, une part pour qu'on peut, notre air peut venir vivre sur la montagne.
On va aller voir ça bientôt.
On doit aller te montrer ça, bateau. Ça, c'est le Saint-Pélégrin. C'est le gars qui guérit des cancers. Puis j'en ai 300 des sculptures. Chaque gens prend un cancer, puis si le docteur dit on ne peut rien faire pour toi, je lui donne une statue, puis il prie. Et lui, il a guéri le cancer des autres.
Is that right?
Bon cancer.
Where was he from?
Et lui, c'est dans 17-something, Saint-Pélégrin. Puis j'ai un grand portrait de lui avec sa jambe qui avait dit bon cancer.
Wow.
Puis j'en ai 300 de sorties qui s'en va. Quel bon, je sais pas ce qu'il y a. Je lui donne une sculpture, je vais t'en passer dans le dedans.
Now, I want to do something. Oh, these people have not died of cancer
No.
necessarily.
C'est ici ton mot du cancer.
Okay.
Ça, c'est le mot du cancer.
So you're saying that if you have your name on there, you pay something.
Ça coûte 100$ pour une plante.
Okay, $100.
$100.
And that means like Norman Mercure, lui cite là, he gave you $100
That's right.
to support you.
Pour support the wall.
Okay.
Ça, c'est ici. OK. Les vivants sont ici.
These are people with cancer and
They're living.
They're living.
Mec qui meurt, j'ouvre ta plaque, je marque la date qui sont morts, je jette cette plaque-là, j'en fais un autre, puis je les emmène ici, qui sont thèses du cancer.
Okay.
Puis je vais pas voir de la famille back. Fait que ça vient de partout. Van Buren, Madawaska, Plainville, Connecticut, Caribou, Edmonton, Senegal, Frenchville. Ça, c'est des vivants. Ici, c'est des vivants. Live.
Même affaire que là.
Même affaire que là. Je dis chaque mot du ruban. Ici, c'est son mot du cancer.
Just like at the other end too?
That's right.
Yeah.
And this one's on supporters.
Okay.
En mémoire.
Okay.
OK? Ici.
So anybody can buy one of those
Anybody
to
can buy
support
those.
you?
If the supporters, ici, là, regarde ici, en bas, là.
Ouais.
Les grosses sont 500, puis les petites sont 100$. Jim Plourde, Cecilia Plourde.
Ouais.
OK? Ça, c'est OK. Elbridge, Gloria Lévesque, ça, c'est des supporters. Ken Electric Sénégal. Monsieur et Madame Dumais de Frenchville.
Lawrence Dumais, ouais.
Et mon comptable,
Oh yeah, Mark Monroe.
Marc Monroe. Et ici, c'est un gars de Caribou. Qui voulait avoir une grosse plaque. Sénégal. Sears Cove Cabins.
Oh yeah.
Madawaska Senior Citizens Club. Fraser Paper. Dion. Voisine. Steel Building. Norman
Where's
Sear.
in Cedar Mill, huh?
Oui. Norman Sear. Junior Dion et sa femme.
So these people gave you $500.
$500. Les autres, c'est $100. $100
Okay. Okay.
pour se supporter.
Just to support you.
Ça m'en prend 1500 chaque côté qui va emmener 3000 plaques à 5, ça va 300 000 piastres. À 5 on va lui emmener 15 000 d'intérêt.
Okay, so this money is going to be invested.
It's a trust fund.
It's in a trust fund.
On a ramassé 20 000 piastres pour notre walkathon qu'on a ramassé. Là.
Oh, yes, yes.
That's Dale Dubois. He's part of the committee. He's going to invest that in a trust fund On n'ira pas y toucher. L'intérêt va supporter la place when I leave.
Okay.
That's why we build this wall. And
Now,
this
you
wall,
were telling me that just to do the lawn here this year cost you $8,000 worth of gas.
$1,800 of gas.
Just gas.
Just gas.
For 3 mowers.
Yeah.
So you need $15,000 at least.
At least. This year I got 20 that I invested out of my money that I paid for. So
Yeah.
it's been like that every year, 15, 20 grand a year since I've started.
To keep this place going.
Keep this place and building other buildings and
Yeah.
doing that. That's what we've been doing.
So you've put quite a bit of your own money in
Yeah.
here, huh?
But it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all part of that deal. Hey, I'm happy.
You're still alive.
It's working. And I'm still alive.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You know, so that's the type of project here. And everybody was saying, well, who helps you? Yeah, this pocket from this pocket. That's what helped me here. I got one guy like Don Tardy from Ashland. He was a miracle man when I needed him.
Really?
Yeah, when I first started here, I had made a plan with Father Levac. He says you should have little cabins, people can stay overnight. C'est ça le système. And on Sunday, I met, on Friday, I met with him at Seafood Paradise. And Don Sear told me, if you can get the wood, I'll build him for nothing.
Don Tardy?
Don Sear,
Sear.
ils sont only Sear.
Ah, OK.
Ils appellent ça un petit canot, là.
Ah, OK.
Puis moi, j'ai vu mon petit Pierre Levac. We sat down at Seafood Paradise, and I told him, look at the plans. This is what we want. He said, that's exactly what you should work for. Don Tardy got up in the same place I was at Seafood Paradise. He came over and he said, what are you doing today? I said, we're making at Mispa, that little place that I'm building. And I says, we're going to build some buildings. He says, how many buildings you need? I says, I need one. This year, my pocketbook can provide for one. He said, no, sir, what? How many are you going to have? I said, I'd like to have 10 of them. 3 weeks after, I got a phone call from Plaster Rock Lumber. They said, we'd like to meet you at Mispa, Wispa, and Grand Isle. You need to be there at 1 o'clock. Wait for us in Grand Isle. He came here with a big tractor trailer load and a truck, and I signed a piece of paper, the bill, for $25,000. I paid $13,000, and Don Tardy and his wife paid $12,000 out of their own pocket.
Oh,
And that's what started, and I got the pictures to prove it. I got them delivering all the woods.
Me.
Matter of fact, I made what I've done when we had the walkathon. I made a 2-hour picture of all the people that work slide at Mispa.
Oh,
So if you'd like to run it one of these days on your
over
TV,
the years.
it's all over there, the people who worked at Mispa.
Is it on the video or
It's on a DVD.
on DVD?
DVD.
Now, you said that the Peace Corps helped build this
Yes,
wall.
the Peace Corps, yeah. We went 2 years ago to Loring Air Force Base, where there's a Job Corps.
Job Corps.
And we asked them, we told them what we needed to do, and they came up 4.5 weeks with 18 guys here at this Job Corps, and they built this concrete. The only thing that cost me this year is $1,400 the concrete. And the rest of the labor was all free.
Oh, gee, that's a big wall. That's how long is that?
That is exactly, this wall is 36 feet long,
36 feet.
but it's 146 feet the sidewalk. It's all over the place.
Oh, and they built the sidewalk too?
Everything. They built the sidewalk. I told them what we needed. They came in, they made a sketch.
You can come here and sit and...
You can sit. These are all benches people buy. I buy them. I sell them $110. I have their plaque made, and we take care of them. We pull them in the winter, and then we paint them back. We just took the rosary out of the...
Oh, yes, I knew there was
rosary in the
something
lake.
missing.
It's right next to the building there. We just, because we're getting ready to put some of this stuff before the snow comes on.
Yeah.
Ça, c'est du pont du Pardon.
Oui, ça, j'ai vu ça, là. J'ai filmé ça l'autre fois, là.
Yeah.
Now, 3 Sundays ago, you had some candles on the pond?
We had a walkathon
Walkathon.
around the pond.
Yeah.
And that's where we raised. I thought of selling 250 candles, and we sold 2,700.
From 250?
250. I thought I had bought 3,000 candles. I figured I'd be good for 3 years, and I got 300 candles left. We sold 2,700.
Puis il faisait beau cette journée-là.
I've got all the video on it.
Oh, you do?
It's already made.
Well,
Yeah, if you want to run, we got
you
this walkout, people walking around the pond here. I figured at getting about 200 people, and we had 700 people. T'as pas fait recorder ça, je t'ai passé.
No, I just wanted pictures of the,
Wait.
you said how many, was it candles, huh?
Candles, yeah.
You sold more than, you thought you'd sell 250 and you sold
2,700.
2,700.
Oui, les boîtes sont toutes là, les ça qu'on vendu.
Huh.
Oui.
So you said that next week you're a featured...
Oui, le travail de médecine, le République va sortir,
Le public
vendredi.
ou le Madawaska?
La Madawaska. Il sort le vendredi prochain sur le République, puis il va sortir sur la Madawaska.
Ton histoire à toi?
Mon histoire, oui, en ici, puis ici. Lundi passé, ils sont venus, puis ils m'ont tout machiné, ils m'ont tout filmé, puis c'est ça qu'ils vont nous compter. Là.
Well, that's going to be great, huh?
Oui.
Now, I think you told me this summer when you came, when I came here, you said that you have a lot of Canadians
A lot of Canadians
that come here,
Oui, gros Canadiens qui viennent ici.
more than Americans?
Un peu plus.
Huh?
C'est à cause que je fais du bénévole de médecine.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they're all coming in.
So, Twila, you're still going to Edmundston to see cancer patients?
Oh yeah, every day.
Every day?
Every day. I'm going to go there. Encore un soir, j'y vais là. Hier, j'ai été hier un matin. J'ai tous des patients. Après, regardez, il y avait chaque gens qui avaient vu ici. J'avais eu, I was the Madawaska. Je t'ai fait regarder. La vie, que j'ai eu au monde, puis tout le net, mon père, puis ma mère, puis tout le net, je voulais prendre une copie, puis
Ouais.
chacun l'a emmené avec les autres.
Well, maybe you'll find it before we're done.
Oui,
It's about, it must be, what time is it? Là, t'as-tu le...
4 moins quart.
4h15. See, we've got a little time left
Yeah.
here. Now, your family, you said you were born, your parents,
Grandad.
granddad, your parents too were born
Oui,
here?
oui.
So you're from way back?
Nous autres, ma mère, c'était une fournière. Puis elle venait de Saint-Basile. Son père venait de Saint-Basile. Puis mon père, lui, il venait de Grand-Île.
Okay.
Voilà. C'est ça.
You're not Acadian,
Non, Corbin puis fournier. Non.
c'est des Québécois, ça.
Des Québécois, il y
Yeah.
avait des côtés.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you say that the money coming in for that wall there is going to keep this place going, maybe not 100%, but
Not 100%, but we're hoping.
yeah.
Trying to raise, we need at least
15,000, you said?
a year that we need to take
Yeah.
care of, maintain the place, but we have to. Puis encore avec des bénévoles, with volunteers.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest trick here, is the volunteers, people that come in to work.
You couldn't do it without volunteers. No, nobody's getting paid here.
No, no,
Not one person.
pas une personne. It's amazing, I tell you right now, it's amazing the people come in.
And you have 150.
I'm running between 80 to 100 people that comes here to volunteer since I started, they made their part, now they're done. We got other people that come in and do the work.
It's not always the same ones.
No, but I have almost all of them on a video. Working when they were doing, I was used to take pictures all over the place.
Oh, okay.
And I put them on the 2 hours, I think it's 2:15 an hour. An hour and 15 minutes of all the volunteers since we started working. Take Marc Chasse here from Frenchville. His daughter died of cancer, Aline. She was only 20 some odd years old.
Really?
And he helped all building those buildings. He was here, every building I had to build. Puis lui, in the old days, he used to cut a branch and mettre sur le top la bâtisse. When people saw that, ils ont dit, on va être late. Il y avait longtemps, anciennement.
Really?
And the first thing that Pat used to do is cut a branch, put it against the building, and people would come in with their hammers, and they were used to do that in the old days. Des volontaires qui appelaient.
People would put a branch up on the roof.
On the roof.
That means we need some
help.
We need some help. Come on in and help us.
And that's what he did. So I've got them all with their, I never paid nobody. That's why I've got people from Canada coming here. They can come and work. I don't pay them. I don't even give them a glass of water.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping this place going.
So most of your people that you visit at the hospital in Edmonton, they're Canadians.
Canadians, yeah.
They're all Canadians.
All Canadians across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Unless
go to-
somebody tells me on this side and I'd like to go, I'm seeing the Mrs. Levac here in the back here, that her husband asks me every day. I give her a call, how's she making out? Yeah. She gets a rough time at this time of the year. She's taking treatments and it's going so-so. And I told her,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
you
yeah.
gotta keep pushing. You gotta keep on going. Never give up. That's
Never,
what the
never,
signs
never
are.
give up, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, do you go to the Fort Kent Hospital?
If I hear of a few people that's there, I'll just go up to visit. Yeah, but mostly it's just across the river because it doesn't matter which time of the day or night. I just walk in the hospital and we belong to we're about over 65 volunteers. Everybody's got their job. Some go to play bingo with the patients, some go feed them, some go just to listen. You know, a lot of people say, well, what do we say? You don't have to say nothing to volunteers. The people in the hospital, they don't feel like hearing what you went through. They just want to express themselves how they feel, you know.
Let them talk.
Let them talk. That's all you can do,
You go there to listen.
just to listen. Yeah,
Now, this summer when I came here with Father Val,
yeah,
you told me you had lost 62 pounds, I think, since
Yeah.
the spring.
yeah.
And now you're not losing anymore?
Now I'm up to 74 that I lost.
You lost 74 since the
up to
spring.
now. So I'm hoping that, you know, that I stop losing weight because I can't keep on to get, my doctor in Boston wants me to gain some weight.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to eat something and it doesn't go through, so, you know,
So that's why they want to
that's why they
put
want
the stents on.
the stent. If they work with the stent, if they don't, well, we'll go with a colostomy.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
You know,
yes.
I can't keep on going that way.
No.
A lot of my friends do have colostomy. I had one for 6 months. That Dr. Paul Fort Kent
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah, him and Dr. Tusa those days that put me that.
Yeah. And they reversed it.
Yeah, they reversed it.
Well, it'd be better if you wouldn't have to have it.
It would be better, but if I have no choice, that's what I'll have
Yeah.
to do.
Well, if you can't
It's
keep.
better than a feeding tube,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I still have something to do here. I can't afford to go now. No.
You still,
oh yeah.
You sleep well?
Yeah.
You sleep well.
Wait.
How's your energy?
Oh, slow at this time now. C'est pas vite.
Some days you feel not
Some
as
days
good.
I feel a lot better. Some days, you know, some days, well, I go to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning and I get up at 5:30.
Yeah. Well,
You know, it's enough sleep.
that's enough sleep.
Yeah, that's enough sleep.
Yeah. But you can't tell.
No,
One day you're going to feel good.
one day we're feeling good. When I don't feel good, I don't do too much.
You
I just
don't
stick
know.
around the house.
Don't know why.
Don't know why, and I don't, you know. But no, it was worse. Now it's getting better a little bit. But,
Yeah. Well, hopefully you have some more time. You probably keep going,
oh, we're expanding here for sure.
expanding
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah,
years.
We're looking at to put the electricity next year in all the
Oh
buildings.
boy, yeah.
We're gonna have a generator that comes up there, and that's where we're gonna feed.
You're gonna have electricity from a generator.
Yeah, I have one here, but my problem is I don't have enough muscle to start my generator. You know, the other day here, there were 60 of them that came in as the, those that shows the catechism in the morning, they're from
Oh yeah.
Alaska.
Okay.
And I couldn't light them there, so I told the girls, anybody powerful enough to open the generator, it's there, it's full of gas. But we couldn't start it. So that's why that,
Hey, c'est pas beau, c'est ici. Le monde fait venir ici de marcher.
faut marcher ici, oui. Faut s'asseoir sur un banc.
7 days a week.
7 days a week. Ça, c'est le chemin de réflexion qu'on fait là.
Oh yes. I filmed that last time I was here.
Oui.
J'ai remarqué coming up here, Dick, a lot of farmers, a lot of potato harvesting right now. This
Oui.
is October 1st. This is a potato field here, huh?
Ça, c'est ouais. L'année passée, on avait mis du canola là-dedans.
Ah,
L'année
yeah.
passée, qu'on filmait ça, c'était tout rouge, c'était tout jaune.
'Cause,
C'était tout jaune.
That's a rotation crop,
Oui,
granola.
là. C'est le site là qu'on va faire ça ici, là. C'est ça, nos branches vont tout aller ici. Donc, je continue ici. Là, comme c'est pas beau ici.
Oh, yeah, boys. Been a lot of work done here?
Ouais.
I've never seen this part here.
Non, ça, c'est ça qu'on fait, là. C'est ça notre rêve, que le monde peut marcher ici-dedans, là. Se défouler.
It's a park.
On parle qu'on devrait vivre.
C'est des volontaires qui
Tous des volontaires.
font tout ça pour toi.
Tous, ils ont coupé les branches. Jim Plourde, Eddie Plourde, Jerry Plourde, Norman Seal.
Toi, tu peux pas faire ça.
J'ai pas santé pour faire ça, mais ça a l'air que j'ai le goût pour les culs du monde.
T'es bon pour le boss, toi.
Ils vont pour le boss. Après un boss, de temps en temps, je les laisse bosser.
Boys, oh boys. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça, un tower pour le...
Ça, c'est un tower pour faire l'environnement.
Oh,
Le bâtisse, on rêve de faire ça, d'être fait ici.
now is this still your land or is this
Non,
just somebody
ça,
else?
c'est sur, Madame Julie Dion.
Okay. Holy sassafras.
Pointu de la rivière verte.
Attends, voilà que je...
Ça, c'est au Canada.
Comment est-ce qu'ils appellent ça, cette montagne-là, là-bas, sur le Canada, là?
Ça, c'est pointu de la rivière verte.
Pointu de la rivière verte. La rivière verte, elle commence à le haut-sol, là.
C'est ça. Quand on l'a aux patates, là, M. Tilly, ceci, sortait du haut, puis s'il ne voyait pas le pointu de la rivière verte, il dit on va rester chez nous, on va mouiller.
Is that
Le
right?
matin, quand on l'a aux patates. Regarde ici. Montagne plate. Digue de rosier ici. En haut de là-bas. Regarde la vue qu'il y a ici.
Tu vois où tu dis, là, de la montagne plate, celle-là, c'est...
Cette terre-là, digue de rosier, de terre ici, là. À l'au du lac.
Ouais.
OK?
Tu veux dire Lakeview, là, toi?
Lakeview. Plus loin que ça, là, ça, c'est la montagne plate.
Oh, yeah.
Ici, c'est le point ici, là, c'est la petite montagne qu'appelle. Tu vois la petite montagne?
Oh, yeah. Well, what this is a one spot that's special.
Ça, c'est spécial.
You see all the way to... Now that's a beautiful mountain over there, you know that?
Oui, oui.
Because I do a lot of snowmobiling in this area. And
Ça, ils sont supposés mettre ici pour faire l'électricité.
oh, is that right?
Oui, c'est ça que ça t'appelle, c'est le vent, là. S'il y a assez de vent pour faire l'électricité.
It'll be like at Mars Hill, huh?
Oui.
So they're just testing it.
C'est juste ici.
So you're saying that they'll be right here?
Oui, mais jusqu'à ce que ça va l'air approuvé bien.
Oh, no?
Approuve pas bien, c'est ça qui arrive. Ouais. Et notre
Il
bâtisse,
n'y a pas assez de vent.
pas assez de vent. Et notre bâtisse, on part ici à peu près. On pourrait garder.
You said 6 rooms? 6?
Oui, parce que là, j'ai déjà des gardes malades qui sont retirés. Il y en a un qui dit compte sur moi 2 jours par mois, l'autre une journée par mois. Fait que le patient qui fait un cancer pourrait venir ici, marcher dans les traits. J'ai fait des traits, la grandeur de ça. Je vais aller te montrer ça. Des traits qui peuvent se défouler.
Il y a des nurses qui viennent de passer du temps avec les autres.
C'est ça. Juste pour, ils vont se faire le lunch. On va y aller à manger, ça ne coûte rien.
Wow.
Pas des gros banquets qu'on veut faire ici. Là. faire quelque chose qu'ils peuvent. Tu fais une sandwich, manger du griot le matin, puis garder la nature.
Puis, quand tu golfes si souvent avec ça, cette carte-là?
Ça ici, c'est pour ici. Pour ça, j'ai mis ici, j'en ai
Elle
rien.
est belle, hein?
J'en ai 3 de ça.
C'est
Celle-là
vrai?
m'a coûté 2000.
C'est vrai?
Oui. J'ai
That's
fait
a nice.
un siège, j'ai ôté golf, puis d'être faire là, c'est à temps parler, là, qu'il y en a qui ne golfent plus, qui veulent se débarrasser, là. J'ai 2 autres golf carts. J'ai du monde, là, Mme Bouchard, qui a arrêté de golfer, puis elle m'a donné sa golf cart. Mais là, elle va être je suis là. Là, je l'envoie au base, puis le job court va me les arranger pour cet hiver.
So, you're saying you could still use
Yes.
a golf cart
C'est ça.
if they want to give you
Je
one.
les laisse ici, puis le monde les prenne. Avec les dedans.
Ah
Le
ouais?
monde les prenne les autres mains. Là, j'en avais 3 cet été, puis là, notre 2 c'était brisé. Là, le job court, là, ils vont venir l'écrire, puis là, j'ai une belle un quai la semaine qui vient. On cherche des tailles pour faire un quai, puis les autres vont venir avec le van, ramasser mes tracteurs, mes lawnmowers, mes golf carts, puis tout, puis en mettre sur le base. Je paye pour la spark plug, puis l'huile. Et le restant, c'est les autres qui font des beurres pour rien.
Is that right?
Oui.
Job Corps.
Job court.
Now, how did you get involved with them? How did they get involved with you?
L'année passée, on m'a entendu parler qu'il y avait un pique-nique par année. C'est invité à tous les ans. Il y a un pique-nique pour tout le monde qui veut y aller.
Where's
Oui.
that?
Au base.
Oh, base.
Moi, je crois le faire parce que je suis un non-profit status.
Okay.
Fait que les autres viennent ici, le labor free. Il y a une place qui fait juste du lunch. L'autre place qui fait juste, c'est pour arranger les carpenters. L'autre, c'est pour faire du
Mechanic?
mécanique. L'autre, c'est pour peinturer. Fait que là, ils emmènent tous mes éléments-là. Ils viennent écrire. Il y a une grosse tractor trailer, un flatbed qui vient écrire. À 35 pieds, on load tout ça dessus, puis on envoie ça là-bas. Les mecs sont ses prêts, mais ils ramènent bien.
Wow.
Ça coûte rien. Juste les labor. Fait qu'on va entendre parler de ça. Fait qu'on y a été, puis on y a donné. L'année passée, j'étais supposé, je vais faire un gazebo. As-tu vu le gazebo qui est une Winston à le collège? Un gazebo rond.
Oui.
Puis un autre rond, puis un plus grand dans le bitan.
That's
là.
right,
Il y a
yeah.
des petits ponts qui vont embarquer dessus. J'étais supposé que j'avais du bois de Fraser, puis le gars de Fraser ne travaille plus là. Fait que j'ai pas pu avoir du bois. Parce que les autres, ils cherchent du bois, là, parce qu'ils vont mélanger cet hiver.
Oh boy.
Puis l'été qui vient, ils vont me ramener ça ici. Je voulais avoir ça pour les handicaps, pour faire un ramp qui peut monter avec des wheelchairs
Oh yeah.
plus haut quand on dit la messe.
Oh yes.
Fait que là, j'ai tous les plans. Il manque bien que le bois. Fait que j'ai dit, on va en haut, si tu vas avoir quelque chose, c'est mieux de m'aider. Fait que c'est ça qu'on t'a pas organisé, là.
Ah.
Parce que cet hiver, là, je vais lui donner les plans, puis ils vont me le faire, ça.
As-tu essayé Irving?
C'est bien qu'Irving, j'ai pas essayé.
Ouais, parce qu'il en donne du tout.
C'est pour ça que je vais aller voir Irving. C'est
Yeah,
ça qu'on t'a
I
préparé
would
des
think
corrections
so.
avec Irving, puis on va y emmener notre plan, puis on va y emmener notre portrait, tout ce qu'on fait. Tu sais?
Yeah, I'm sure you should at least try.
Fait que là, de faire à la grosse croix, on a toute la place. On coupe les arbres pour mettre ce gazebo-là qui va là. C'est ça qu'on s'attend de faire.
So this is all Junior Dion's land,
Bill Dion, oui.
and he's not around anymore.
Il est décédé, puis Mme Dion m'a dit, fait que tu vas avoir ici, que c'est pour ça qu'on coupe ça. Ouais.
So eventually it will belong to this.
Well, eventually we're hoping it's going to belong to Mispa,
Yeah.
which ça va aider à d'autres mondes à venir ici. Puis, si on ne peut pas tout guérir de cancer, ben les journées qu'ils vont vivre, ils vont pouvoir vivre heureux.
Ouais. Pour venir ici to
ça.
relax.
Relax, c'est ça. Oublier le trafic un peu.
C'est vrai que c'est grand. Ça, en tout, là, toi, t'as 13 arpents, mais
Oui.
ça, c'est comment que c'est grand, ça, c'est?
Moi, ils m'ont dit alentour, j'avais alentour de 100 chèques, ça te prend.
On this lot.
Yeah, on this lot. Regarde ici, continuer ici, là. Quand je rentre ici,
Oh, yeah.
c'est là-dedans qu'on veut tout cleaner, là, puis faire marcher.
Ça, c'est le chemin qui nous emmène
Ça,
ici.
c'est le
Là.
chemin qui nous emmène ici.
Attends, elle va donc, alors ça, sign là, que je pose ça. Hein. You know, when I came in, I said I should have taken a picture of that sign. And
Là, j'ai un gros flagpole à ramasser.
now we're going to do it.
Oui.
So this is the sign that greets you when you come in on the...
Patrick Dumont. Puis Patrick Dumont positionnait le terrain, lui, ici.
Oh!
Oui.
Puis la mémoire à Wilson Dumont.
Wilson Dumont, de Grand-Cyr, qui est décédé.
Oui, ça fait pas longtemps qu'il est mort, ça fait
Non.
10 ans.
Oui.
Janine Dumont. Yeah.
Puis Kawi, puis c'est lui qui m'a... Puis il m'a rien changé.
Kawi a fait ça pour rien.
Il a fait ça pour rien.
Ça,
Hey, il y a du vent dedans.
oui, bien mal.
Ouais.
So Mispa
Oui.
means to help another.
C'est ça que ça veut dire.
And the emblem is a butterfly.
Oui.
Puis Kawi t'a fait ça, lui, là.
Kawi m'a fait ça. Ouais. Puis là, je ramasse un gros flag de 30 pieds, là, qui a été donné été par un petit monsieur Michaud. Demain. Il veut qu'on mette ça ici, dans l'arrière du
American flag?
American flag. Fait que là, on va driller pour mettre des lumières solar light. Fait qu'on n'aura pas fait descendre le flag à tous les jours.
Oh, okay. So if you have a light, you don't have to bring it
On
down.
va have to bring it down.
Okay.
Ouais.
Way back there is, did you say Saigus?
Notre-Dame-de-Lourdes, oui.
Saigus, New Brunswick. Notre-Dame-de-Lourdes de Saigus, New Brunswick. Hey, on va loin, ce temps? Huh. Hey, on reste dans un beau pays, mon gars.
On est chanceux.
This is real nice here. Well, you know where you have these evergreens, you never have to cut the lawn there.
Non. On coupe pas.
So this is a nice place here to just relax, huh?
Yeah.
So here, Dick, you say
The rosary is being said every Wednesday afternoon.
every Wednesday afternoon people come
At 3
here,
o'clock.
3 o'clock, say
First
their rosary.
rosary is for the peace. Second rosary for the sick people is being said here.
So they pray for peace and they pray for sick people.
Yeah.
And
The
the-
statue comes from Florida. She weighs 1,150 pounds. It was bought from la famille à Gerard Landry,
the Saint François.
Saint-François. Puis Little River Transport, Senegal,
Emmenez ça ici.
emmené ça ici. Never charged me a cent.
Now you say the lady that leads the rosary is always from is the same lady?
From Caswell, yeah. And she says the rosary kneeling down right here every Wednesday afternoon.
And whoever wants to come, comes.
Everybody wants to come, yeah.
And
And people drive up here with their cars.
oh, they can drive up here with their cars.
We let them drive up here because a lot of the handicaps that come up here.
Why?
So we let them drive on the road.
And what's the lady's name?
Adeline Bernier,
Bernier from Caswell.
Caswell.
Oh, so you can drive up here with your car?
Yeah. We got to put a little sign, the rosary being said, so we're going to put a little sign to come up here.
Okay. So, Dick, are you saying that this is Father Plord's original camp here?
That's the Father Jim Plord's camp.
Jim Plord.
Plord, yeah.
Father Jim Plord used to be in Fort Kent,
Used to be in Grand Isle, Senegal, and Fort Kent.
and he took a leave for a while.
He took a leave for a while, now he's back, and I hear he's in York, Maine.
He got a parish in York,
He's got
Maine.
a parish in York, Maine. Yeah.
And
He
this,
used,
huh?
He used to be a counselor in Senegal for 2 years.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Now, you're saying that... oh, I forgot what I wanted to ask. Oh, yeah, that this is open all the time.
It's all open. Yeah. People can come in anytime. If they want to stay overnight, they have to clean the place when they leave. There's a little bedroom upstairs. The stove works, the furnace works, the wood stove works, and all these lights, they work.
Now, these sculptures here, c'est M. Deveau, ça?
Non, ça c'était M. Lausier de Keegan.
Lausier de Keegan,
Keegan
okay.
qui m'a fait ça, oui.
Oh,
He's
boy.
dead today, but
Oh, is that right?
yeah. And he's got all these old trucks. Old trucks. Avec un petit panier.
Il y a juste que le panier.
Juste le panier, là.
Oh,
Ah, tu cœur bien, un corps de patate chez eux.
oh.
It's okay.
Il y en a qui a volé un corps de patate.
Un soulier, des patates du bain.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. C'est ça qu'il a fait. Yeah. C'est tous des trucs ici, là. Là, il disait 25 piastres, c'est trop cher, imagine-toi. 25 piastres, c'est trop cher. Regarde.
Il y a juste que le hoist.
Il y a juste que la grippe. Ouais, tout ça, regarde. Tout est fait ici.
Imagine-toi de l'ouvrage qu'il y a dedans.
Hey, 25 piastres, imagine-toi. Hein? Puis ça, ici, c'était M. Morin d'Edmundston, que son père il avait fait ça. C'est toutes des affaires de bois. Il en a 18 morceaux qu'il a fait avant qu'il décède. Tous les morceaux.
Ah, c'est
tout
tout en bois, ça?
C'est tout en bois.
Ah,
Tu fais ces morceaux-là, puis il y avait ça que ça collectait de la poussière, les idées que tu devrais savoir ça. Ils avaient moi ça. On a accroché ça ici, tout le tour du camp. Là, les pics en arrière ici, les aiguilles.
and everything is made out of wood.
All made out of wood.
Looks real, huh?
Oui. On va dire, on met dans les manches, gars, comme mon corps de patate, ce qui est rendu, gars.
Vois-tu, hein?
Tu veux qu'on pensait mal?
On pensait mal, quelqu'un
C'est
l'avait
bizarre.
volé. C'était pas vrai.
C'est pas vrai, excusez-nous. C'est pas vrai. Ah. Les veines de patates.
Et quoi?
Les veines de patates. C'était des patates.
Ah,
Des
yeah.
Regarde ici. Un peu de ça. On coupait des patates. Ça allait dans le corps.
Oui. That's for planting, hein?
Planting, oui.
C'est-tu le même gars qui a fait ça?
Oui. Non, ça, c'est différents gars qui m'ont fait ça. Regarde ici des patates.
Ah, yeah.
Oui. Puis là, c'est ici. Une rail de track avec un char. Oui.
Il y a toutes sortes d'affaires.
Toutes sortes de choses que le monde emmène.
Ton poêle marche?
Mon poêle marche. Ouais.
Ça marche-tu à bois, ça?
Ça marche à bois. Oui. Mon Franklin, oui. Vas-y. Tout à fait.
Ça, l'hiver, quand il y a un site, puis il peut chauffer.
Chauffer, la fournaise marche, là. J'ai une fournaise ici.
Ah, t'as une fournaise ici.
Fournaise à gaz.
Ah.
Température ici, ils peuvent ouvrir la fournaise s'ils veulent. Le poêle marche ici aussi. Oui,
Poêle à gaz.
poêle à gaz. Après ça, si tu montes en haut, la slope est là, à rouler,
Ah, OK.
avec un cierge au bas. T'en rappelles-tu?
Ça, c'est des vieux fers reposés,
Ça,
là.
c'est des vrais faits. Oui.
C'est des... It's the real thing, ça, là.
Oui. Là, j'ai une madame qui m'a amené ça. Ça faisait 60 ans de mariage qu'elle avait. Son mari avait acheté ça. Ça pèse une tonne.
Ça paye, ça.
Oui. Elle m'a amené ça la semaine passée.
Ça, c'est rien que pour bouillir de l'eau, ça?
Un pour bouillir là.
Ouais.
Yeah. C'est un petit litre, une boîte à bois. C'est du bois sec, du papier. Ça a été fait par M. O'Neill là-dessus.
Oh, I see. To start your fire.
Start your fire. Il y a des vieilles nouvelles. 2004, puis oui.
Ça, ce jug-là, c'est qu'il y avait là-dedans.
Je ne sais pas ce qu'il y avait dedans.
La blasse? Non.
Pas aucune idée, pas de. Chaque jour qui emmenait ça ici. Il y avait quelque chose comme ça, c'était ici quand j'ai acheté ça du Pays Jim.
Ah, OK.
Ouais.
Penses-tu que Father Jim's going to come back in this
Ah, une
area?
journée va revenir.
Ouais.
Ah, ouais.
Might get a parish up here.
You never know. We hope so.
He must have liked it, huh?
Yeah.
Is he from Caribou, lui?
Il était de Caribou, puis son père et sa mère l'ont mouvé à Saco.
Ah, OK.
Quand il wasait dans un char pour son père, that's what happened.
So, but he was brought up in Caribou.
In Caribou, yeah.
Ah, OK.
Puis ça ici, c'est tous des bénévoles qui nous ici l'aider à le loger.
À loger...
Ce régime-là.
ah.
Lui, c'est ici.
Ah, OK.
OK, ça, c'est tout du monde. Ça, c'est Johnny Dionne, de Grand-Île, Rahul Lavartu. C'est tout du monde qui ont aidé.
Ils ont aidé à faire ça, c'est.
En fait, ouais, ils ont pris le bois ici qui était ici.
So, this place here was started by volunteers.
Par volontaire.
Way
Il a
back.
acheté le matériel, puis il y a un gros de stuff qui a été logé ici par lui. Puis c'était tout des... Lui est décédé aujourd'hui, c'était tous des bénévoles. C'est lui qui est là, Father Jim.
So on the deck of Father Jim's camp, quite high, huh?
Yeah.
We can see a beautiful sight here again. Trees all over the place. And this was built by his friends when he was a priest here in Grand Isle.
Right now, yeah.
Un beau deck là, puis tout.
Au Dexit, ici, un peu pour le...
Ah,
Sur les
puis le
feux.
feu. Yeah.
Un rêve ici pour les handicaps. Mon
Générateur est là-dedans, là, dit?
Oui, c'est ici. Ouais.
Ah, OK. Oh, and there's a ramp here for
Ramp for handicaps.
handicap, yeah. So anybody can come here.
Anybody can come here.
Yeah.
Ça, mon rêve de te faire une histoire pourquoi que j'ai fait ça, puis pourquoi ma vie un peu. Puis j'aimerais que whatever, que profit qu'on peut faire, que ça va aller pour la place. Je vais tout lui donner ça. C'est un non-profit, moi je n'ai pas besoin de ça. Mais je veux juste que faire sûr qu'on ait de l'argent pour virer cette place. J'aimerais d'avoir tout mis l'effort ici. C'est pas l'idée de l'argent, c'est mettre l'effort ici, que j'aimerais qu'il y aurait pas assez d'argent pour virer cette place.
Well, that's going to be your biggest task is to find,
C'est ça ma tête.
make sure that
Make sure
somebody,
it runs. C'est ça que tu devrais faire.
you have a board of directors, you
Le
say.
board of directors, there are 12 members qui ont une présidente, un vice-président, trésorier, secrétaire, puis des directeurs dessus.
Ils sont bien sérieux, eux,
Ils
là.
sont sérieux. C'est tout du monde sérieux. Puis s'ils lâchent, il faut qu'ils inscrivent un remplaçant, somebody else, pour prendre les places.
So they can't quit without finding
So you have
somebody.
to find somebody that would do this. Jusqu'à ce, c'est moi qui fais les décisions avec mon frère Roger. Mais là, je fais tout, je vais avoir un rapport là, d'un couple de mois, d'un mois, jusqu'au rendu, comment d'argent qu'on vend, puis tout honnête, puis ça nous a coûté jusqu'à ce. Parce que de faire là, on va mettre une quinzaine de mille piastres certain, parce qu'on fait 20 chèques mille pour notre walkathon puis notre mur. Puis ça va dans un trust fund, puis sûr que pour que ça donne, ça marche mal.
So that trust fund is only from the walkathon?
Yeah.
You collected how much money?
On collectait au-dessus de 22 000.
$22,000.
That's what we collected.
Are you going to try to increase that amount?
That's what we need, around 300,000 for 5% interest. So
Okay.
we can run at 15 grand a year. It's been costing me between 15 and 20,000 a year
Okay.
with maintaining the place and fixing the
Yeah.
lawnmowers and all this spark plugs and belts and this
Gas.
and gas,
And so you need 300,000
just to put in a trust fund.
to
So they can
generate
maintain
this
it with-
$15,000.
That's right, with 5% interest.
Why?
And we have Dale Dubois from Port Kent, which is my accountant now, that he's doing all this free as Mispa to invest this money so we can keep this place going,
Oh, yeah.
you know. My secretary right now, Marianne Sears, she's a treasurer, she takes care of all. We have to have a report every year
Yeah.
to report to the government what we did with Mispa.
Did you have a hard time to get it non-profit?
It took me 3 years.
3 years.
3 years to have it approved, but now it's been approved.
Is that a 301?
301C2, yeah.
See, and so it takes a while.
It takes a while, but after it's done, it's a non-profit status that we can make a receipt for the people that work in here. They can deduct that off their income tax if they want to.
And if they give you something, some money, they
If
can
give us some
deduct
money, we
it.
give them a receipt with our number on it, which they can bring to their accountant, and they can file that on their income
Yeah.
tax.
Well, that's a good program because people will give a lot more if they can deduct it, you
Yeah.
know?
For people that would, deduct it, that's what we're hoping for, you know,
Yeah.
to keep it going, because, you know, it's grown so fast. I never figured it would be this big. All of
Really?
a sudden, I noticed that it's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
With all the help that I had, and I keep on thanking all these people working here free. And I'm asking some of them, why are you coming up here to work? You know, it's amazing to see people, you know. We don't even have to buy them a soft drink or something. They come here free. They love to work here
Yeah.
because we can see the people coming here and enjoying. You see them come here with wheelchairs and crutches, and they can walk all over the place, and they're happy for the time they're up here.
You haven't seen anything, what we'd call miraculous or happening? Have you seen anything? You know, a place like this, somebody might.
I have one from Edmundston that used to Mrs. Gagnon that used to. She was on the dialysis machine for 4 years, and all
Dialysis.
Yeah, it's 4 times a day. And she came here one Friday for a mass, and on Monday she got called to go to Montreal that they had a transplant for her. And when she got there, she had 2 of them. And she wrote in the Lemarawaska that she had a little miracle at Mispa by attending here, that she's no longer on the machine.
She get 2 kidneys?
2 kidneys.
Oh boy.
When she got not only 1, 2 of them.
That matched her.
That matched her. So she lucked out, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, very lucky. So that's what she says. She claims, you know, we got people that believes in the water pump, like I was telling you a while ago. We got people come in that they're going blind and they're taking water and they're just washing their face with that. And I says, there's healing water right there, you people. So one of these
you
days,
hope and pray it works, huh?
yeah, we just pray it works.
Yeah.
That's all we got to do.
Well, you're a miracle yourself.
I'm a walking miracle, yes.
Yeah.
That I can tell you.
3 months to live.
3 months to live, and I've been at it for 41 years. In November 25th, my birthday, I'll be 63. And I was 22, and they told me I had 3 months to live. Amazing, huh?
You've done a lot.
Well,
You've done a lot with your time.
Yeah, I didn't sit there and just say, hey, poor me.
Yeah.
And when I tell people that I'm feeling good, I don't have time to tell them my life story. So I'm
No.
feeling good all the time.
Yeah.
See, to tell you, well, I've got a pain here, I got a pain there, I'm doing good. I'm one of the lucky ones, I tell you. Once I go see the other patients there, I'm lucky.
Why?
Yeah, just going to the hospital and just...
Well, I'm just wondering, you know, every day you go see people who are dying, really.
Yeah.
Does that affect you after a while?
After a while, when you get too much attached to the person, well, I need time to just think about, you know, the good times I had with that person, you know, because you get attached to these people, you know.
And then they go away.
Then they go away. Yeah, but I just try to tell them, hey, today's today.
Yeah.
One day at a time, that's all we can do, and you do your best for today. And if we don't see you here, we'll see you at the other place. We're doing okay, because it seems like everybody leaving, they don't come back and tell us. I guess they're all set up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, being with cancer for 40 years, Atwila, have you studied why there's so much cancer, or is it more now than it used to be? What do you think about that?
Well, I think that probably it all depends on the food that we're getting. Like I say, I was telling you a while ago, there's so much good food that you can use, and we're eating all kinds of other food, so I don't know what's going on. It seems that we know more the people who's got cancer in this area because we know we know a lot of people in this area.
Yeah.
But I think it's all over the world that they got a big problem with cancer, you know.
Well, it seems to be that, you know, the younger people especially, when you read the obituaries,
Yeah.
42 years old, 50 years
50
old,
years old, 4.5.
it says died of cancer.
Yeah.
So it's the plague of our age, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So I don't know. So we just hope that we can find a better cure, but I guess they're doing pretty good. They're prolonging our time, I guess, with all the chemotherapies and everything they're doing. But they're fixing one place, but they're rolling you the other way. You know, I've noticed that, you know, my thyroid's gone, and the reason why too much treatments, my kidney, I need a colostomy because the treatments they gave me was too much chemo. But they needed to do that then to keep me around.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not blaming nobody. So I'm just saying, hey, it's part of my life.
So your next big project is that building up there where people can come here and
Yeah.
stay a few days.
Stay a few days, just get it out of their system, because when you're around too much of the family, well, you don't know what to say, but if you live with some of the people that had already a cancer, they can say, hey, keep smiling, keep going.
Yeah.
And because some nights when they told me I had cancer, I rocked myself at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was rocking in my chair, am I going to die or what, you know?
Yeah, boy.
So this is a place that I feel that they can go on their own. They can walk around the property here when they're tired. They can go to that building. So we're hoping that everybody watching this here, and once they say the rosary at night, if they can have one bead for our dream to come true, so we can build this building. And I'm hoping that Extreme Makeover will turn around and consider us when we send them a letter that will take care of it.
Yeah.
It's 100 I figure about 100 miles radius of the people that could come up here and just stay overnight. You know, 3, 4 nights, and once they get it out of their system, they can go back home and start their treatments, whatever they're gonna do.
Yeah. Gives them a chance to relax a little bit.
Give them a chance to relax. Yeah,
C'est une moyenne affaire.
in my opinion.
Because I've known you a long time. I never thought you had this all the time. I thought you had recovered years ago.
Yeah,
Because you're so positive all the time.
well, I don't know, I always been positive of everything that I have, but I've got good supporters, my wife and my family and all my brothers and sisters, you know. We gotta keep moving, we can't just stop there.
Well, you're lucky to have them all in the area.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
yeah, very lucky, they're all in the area.
So you're saying that Friday there's a mass here
There's a
outside?
Mass Friday, yeah. It
Yeah,
should be
in the
outside.
daytime?
It's 1 o'clock, yeah.
How often do you have those?
They allow me 1 Mass a month on the first Friday of the month.
So you mean they allow you? Who allows
Well,
you?
It started that we had Father Willett that was in Grand Isle, that was his parish here.
Okay.
And Father Willett was sick, so Pierre Laurent from Edmonton used to replace him.
Oh yeah. He was here this summer
Yes.
with Father Val.
Yeah. So what happened, when I see him every day at the hospital, Pierre Laurent, so
Okay.
I asked him if he'd say a Mass in Grand Isle at Mispa. So he said yes. So what he did, he went to see Father Willett, and Father Willett gave him permission to say Mass up here. So that's why it started. So it's been 6 years, 7 years that we've been once a month, about 4 to 5, if we're lucky, 5 Mass a year that we say.
Oh yeah, in the summer
In
only.
the summer only. I'd like to have more than that, but they're allowing me not on the weekends because we don't want to interfere with the rest of the masses that we do, of their local priests.
Parish, yeah.
Parish. But we do have a Mass here on first Friday of the month, and there's a little collection that goes on, and I don't see the collection because I give it to Father Laurent, and the money goes to he told me that last year. Since he's been doing that, he had his sister that had a house in Edmonton. He sold a house, and the little collection he does every month here, we have 20 young guys that's going to practice for priesthood.
With the money you collect
With the
here.
money that we collect here and what he sold his house there. So he says eventually one of these guys will probably come up here to replace me. He's 80 years old.
Oh, is that
He
right?
does the Mass here. So I told Father Laurent, you got to start telling that to the people that come up here. So he started telling the people what he does with the money. So the money that he collects, it goes, we have 20 young guys that's going for priesthood in Africa that we started doing 7 years ago.
Oh,
So we collect in one hand and we give that to him on the other hand, so that's what keeps us going. You know, so we're fortunate that we can have some more priests to come up here. I agree that the priests in the areas here, they're too busy, they don't have time to come up here to say a Mass, which they're all busy, you know.
well, they're very, very busy because
busy.
they go the 3 or 4 or 5 parishes
We've got
each.
4 or 5 parishes each, yeah. So what happened, well, Monsignor Thibodeau from across gave him permission that he could say the Mass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So a priest cannot say the Mass anywhere he wants.
No,
You gotta
so that's the only,
be in a church, really.
in the church.
And if it's outside the church, it needs a permission.
We need a permission to say Mass up here.
Because we had Father Marquis up in Fort Kent, who was big with the Scouts.
Yeah.
And I think at first they wouldn't let him say Mass in the woods. you know, they'd go on canoe trips. And you had to have permission to say Mass out in the wilderness there.
Yeah, but it's too bad because I think that people now do go out in nature where they like me. It's awful here. When they come here Friday, you'll see, I expect between 250 to 300 people here next Friday.
Really?
Yeah, they come up here, they drive up here. We let them park right there with their car. If they're too sick, we go bring them communion right there in the car. So a lot of people say, well, you're going to have some on the weekends. We can't have any on the weekends because they're not allowing us because of their other parish they have to go to. So we're satisfied with once a month. So eventually, that I hope that we get the bishop up here when he has a chance to come and visit Mispa. I'd like just to show him that it doesn't cost him a cent. They don't have to put it in our budget about Mispa. We'll take care of our expenses up here, you know. But we haven't seen one of them up here yet.
Well, you know, like they're all very busy.
Very busy. That's what we figured. So, you know.
Just what to do with all the churches.
Yeah.
And
they got a big problem coming up, you know. There's not
well,
enough
it's getting
priests.
worse.
It's getting out of hand, you know.
Getting worse.
Yeah, all the time.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. But here we do have I see a lot of young kids that come up here, which I'm glad to see them yesterday. Once you had it in the bulletin in Fort Kent that they had.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of young kids were up here yesterday, which is nice to see, you know. They were playing all over the grounds. We don't mind. They can do whatever they want to, you know.
Kids what age were here yesterday?
I saw some between, I'd say, 2 and 3 years old.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 2 and 3 playing. Some had balls, some had dogs, animals that they were. We allow anybody that wants to come to the park.
Did they have teenagers?
They had teenagers.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, they had picnic all over the place. They were eating. You know. And it's nice. I hope that
well, it's a special place, huh?
we hope we can encourage more people to come up here.
Yeah. Well, listen, Dick, I want to thank you very much for allowing me to tell your story, and people will be inspired by it and by this place here that you've created, and you're really working hard to keep it going into the future.
Yeah. Well, I thank you very much too, Mark, because I think you're doing a super job up to now, because we have a couple of films that we did give you and you're running it, and we're very happy.
Yeah.
And last week I said, where did you find it? He says, I heard it on Channel 4.
Yeah.
Channel 4, we have it up there in Allagash now.
Yeah, that's right, all the way up there.
All the way up there.
Well, thank you very much, and we had a great afternoon, a beautiful day, 60 degrees and sunny, and good luck to you.
Thank you very much.